No. Is it working now? Go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Action.
My name is Dave Harmon. I'll be your dungeon master tonight. If you listen to this, it means that Cray has pissed himself to death.
Oh
by
my
which I mean
God.
that we will be returning back to the world of all in DnD.
Yay. Yay. Townie looks confused.
This is. Do we have sound? Is it working? This
To us.
is the first time we've done this in a room together. And
Yes, it feels fantastic to be here.
You did not need to dress up.
We had to dress up. We had to. Yes.
Absolutely not required to play D&D.
Wait, it's not required to dress up?
Yes.
Oh, I guess we forgot the memo then.
Unless
You
you
go
have,
first, Lisa.
you have a huge real sword, and everybody else has. I see a chopstick, a giant.
A sword versus a wand, I think I wrote.
I don't come to play.
What do you got there? What do you got there, Bazza?
There's a dagger.
It's a very depressing looking dagger. Yeah, so this is all in D&D. We played this a couple of times last year before lockdown. We did one in April. We did one last Christmas. This is another Christmas adventure that we're going to be doing, and a little special midwinter one brought to you by Dungeons and Dragons. And if you're looking to get into D&D this Christmas, there's all kinds of products and starter kits that you can buy at, I imagine, your local friendly nerd store. You should do it, or you should buy it online. It's all very good.
Oh yeah.
Shall we start by going through and just telling people who the characters are? They might not have seen this before or heard this before. I'm obviously the Dungeon Master. My name's Dave. But why don't we starting with you, Lisa? Let's go through and introduce our characters.
So my character name will be Serenade, and I'm an Asmion, who is
What's that?
also
Who
the
is
most
that?
beautiful creature of them all.
She thinks she's beautiful.
Oh, have some arguments about yourself. So cocky.
Yeah, and Asimar is descended from angels. They're creatures. They often have like halos or wings.
Why
they
is
have blue
Lisa playing
skin.
her?
What can I say? I'm beautiful.
Oh,
And an angel.
there's
And
the devil.
angel.
There's the devil right there.
With cotton candy hair.
Oh,
And since meeting is it Chuffsags?
I hate this name, but it was stuck with it. Yeah, I believe it was the Cool, Handsome, Funny, Smart Adventure Gang. Is that?
That's it.
You don't-
Yes, that's us.
Any opportunity to rename the group?
No. No renaming.
Okay. Yeah, the Chuff Sags, since joining the Chuff Sags.
They can't get rid of me, so I'm here to stay.
Cool, and you're playing a bard, so you can play instruments, do music, be very charismatic, cast some spells.
Did you bring an instrument to play?
I have a magic moonlight touch poke stick, which I'll be poking.
What does that do?
That doesn't sound like
Bless
music.
You bless me. I feel blessed. Poke me again. Sorry. Okay.
Who are you, Cray?
Okay. Wait. What? Oh yeah. You explain. You.
Yeah.
I'm Kaskin. I am. What am I? I'm a variant human, so I don't really completely know.
Stop
what that...
saying you're a variant human. We just say human.
Oh, I'm a human.
Variant human is like what an alien pretending to be a human introduces
Well,
themselves
it
as.
says variant human here, Dave. It's a dungeon master. And my name is Kaskin, and I am a warrior kind of thing, right?
A warrior?
I'm a warrior or something. I have spears and swords.
Yeah, you're a fighter. Yeah.
I'm a fighter.
That's
I'm
right.
a fighter. And I speak a different language, but I haven't decided which one.
Yeah,
yet.
I don't know how that happened. You should be able to speak, so you can just pick one if you want a second language.
I'll remember when we're role playing.
That's fine,
I'll remember
yeah.
midway, if we speak something cool.
You-
And
Just like that.
You used to have a cursed spear of backbiting, but it's been 6 months. I think probably by now you've managed to cure yourself of it.
Yes.
So now it's just a good, potent, magical weapon that always returns to your hand.
oh, so I can throw it and
Comes
like
back.
Thor kind of thing.
Yeah, it just blinks back into your hand when
That's
you want
cool. So I'm the coolest on the group. Now you, Baz.
I'm a hill dwarf named Yark, because it's just Cray backwards.
Okay. We don't have to say that every
Oh,
time.
there was a short guy, and I was like, I'm gonna name him because it sounds like a medieval.
I love a joke like that because it just gets funnier
I know.
every single
I just want to
time.
make sure that everybody knows that's why I named him that.
You wearing a baseball cap under your hood?
It's to keep this up.
Oh, very good.
The prop doesn't stay.
You're ruining my immersion, Dave.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's not
I'm sorry.
I've got like a crossbow and stuff, 99% win ratio, so
That's a good
carry
ratio,
of the team.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also a criminal. So.
And you got some magic items. I think you got a magic dagger.
Yeah, I've got some sneaky boots.
Nice.
And poison, like a cure to like a ring that kind of kills poison. So.
Yeah, a ring of lesser restoration and boots of elven kind. That is
There we go.
right. Yep.
Pretty much whenever we do things Like Yark steals it all.
Yeah, stop robbing us.
Well, no one
I
else
want
says
some
the
cool
same.
items.
Also, just before we went live, Freddie also realised that you're substantially slower than the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Slower.
I'm very slow walking because I'm very slow.
Are you?
He has to run for
Yeah,
every like one
25.
step. He's going to walk
You're
like
30.
two.
I'm
He's gonna-
30.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
This isn't even real chainmail.
Hey, imagine.
You're wearing a wristwatch!
Oh, God.
Goes right through it. God.
Alright, Freddie, you
And
want to...
finally, the best member of the group, the wisest, the most charismatic, as we found out. Even though he thought he was the most charismatic, but apparently
You're
not.
Oh.
My name's Jenny, and I'm I'm pretty smart, and I'm a warlock type thing. So I got a lot of magic, a lot of powers. Don't like to use them all the time, honestly. Quite lazy with it, but when I do things, it's pretty cool. Yeah. That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a Kalashtar warlock, a level 4 Kalashtar warlock. So lots of ancient old magic, and you have a pact. You have sort of sold some of your soul and your age for a measure of magic power.
Yeah, I'm super hot and young.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, you sold your age to become more powerful?
No, I sold my soul to become
Young again.
I'm not gonna talk like this. I don't like sound old. Everything's young about me, and
Oh,
it's sprightly, okay.
You need to get her inside some kind of anti-magic field
Yes.
to see that.
Yes, when I was 77, realized I'd wasted all my life. Being envious of my sister, I decided to cast that spell. And now
Oh.
Your sister? I didn't know this. What's your character has a sister?
she's famous. I don't want to talk about
She's
her.
famous.
Everyone knows her. Okay.
What's her name? Can I just have her name?
Maurice.
Brittany.
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Oh, Becky.
Is she single?
No, me too.
But
I'm
she
not-
is actually 77. So.
Oh, her sister. Oh, God. Does she have the spell?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Oh, God. Maybe we can cast it.
All right. Well, so now we've met the party. It's been about 8 months since we did the last one of these in April. So we're ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons. We'll get right into
Yes,
it.
we're ready.
All right.
W in the chat.
A quick recap. It has been a better part of a year since the cool, handsome, funny, smart adventure gang have left Candlekeep. Now, you have all had plenty of time to travel up and down and across the breadth of the Sword Coast, no small thanks to the power of the mysterious magical mansion that you all now live in that you inherited in the start of your adventures. Grimlock
We're
House.
rich.
A magical mansion capable of traveling instantly between any location in the known world. It has never let you down until today.
Oh, no.
Why does it have to be today?
Plot twist.
It is the end of the year, Midwinter's Eve. The plan was to have a quick holiday stop at the Witchlight Carnival, perhaps the most famous and wondrous circus in all of the Forgotten Realms. Transporting the house has been easy since Janny studied at Candlekeep. She can now operate it easily. All you have to do is say the words of where you want to go, make the appropriate signs, the house disappears and reapparates wherever you want it. But this time, the moment you start the incantation, Janny, something goes very wrong.
Useless wizard.
The walls
I
start
got
to...
distracted. You were yapping too much.
The walls start to hum. The building begins to lurch suddenly, left and right, violently, throwing you all to the floor. It's as if you were being thrown about on a raging sea. You hear... Kaskin is loving it for some reason. Well, yeah, absolutely. Serenade's vertigo is being triggered. Janny is trying to, with significant eye contact, explain that this is really important, but she's trapped in the middle of the spell, so she can't stop Kaskin having a wonderful time. You hear the crashes of distant thunder, the terrible cracking sounds of the old house beginning to break apart. And underneath all of that, a persistent ticking sound of an ancient clock that seems somehow worse. The storm subsides, and you find the house leaning almost on its side, and it is deathly quiet in the house's central study, where the four of you are. And for the first time, you notice that right by the fireplace, to Janny's left, there is a door that none of you have ever seen before.
Not a door.
And that is where we start.
Hey, what's at the door? What is that? Does anyone know about that door? What is that?
What's the door for?
I look at Yark with a big grin on my face and I say, you open it. You open it, little
Alright,
man.
Yark's gonna kind of like creepily like walk up to it and just kind of like knock on it to see if he can hear anything coming from inside.
Okay, it rings, and you can see that from the hollowness sound of the door that there is definitely a space beyond it, but that should be impossible. You by now know the layout of the house. It doesn't make any sense for there to be a room here.
Can I run?
No, well, listen. What?
I'm gonna run and I push,
he's thinking about what he's
and I
doing.
push Yark aside and I want to kick the door as hard as I can, trying to open it.
Make for me a strength check. Roll one of those big dice. We're
This
rolling
one
real
here.
dice.
Get it.
That is the
I hit a
lamest
14.
thing I have
Oh,
ever
my
said.
14.
14. All right. With your strength plus 3, that's a 17, which means that you smack the door as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And it splinters as the sides, the hinges give, and the door smashes down
I've done it.
a set of stairs heading down, but you overcompensate from the kick. So I need you to now make for me a dexterity
falling
check.
down.
Oh my god, don't fall, don't fall. Don't fall. A 4.
Okay, you're going down the stairs. Cassian fly kicks the door. It breaks like rotten wood, and he's going down. And Caskian, you take 5 points of damage.
I'm on 31 already.
As the rest of you, if you want, can follow his very quickly disappearing body.
At least he made, space. That's nice.
Alright, the rest of us are gonna follow.
Congratulations for conquering the door, by the way.
That's like my whole thing is like opening stuff. I can like use my little.
Well, I
tools
got it
to
open
break-
with my foot. Simple, quick,
Don't talk.
not too effective. Because I nearly broke a finger.
Okay, are we all following?
Yeah,
Or
we're,
a toe.
we're gonna follow him down.
Okay,
He's
all of you
ragdolled
find
Molly.
Caskian sprawled over the door, trying
Can we step over him?
Yep. completely ignoring the pain that you're in, is just gripping your knee. They step over you, Janny, as you approach in a giant circular room, what seems to be a plinth in the center of the room. Otherwise, it's empty. The walls are all stone. The entire room is circular, as I said, and there is a plinth. And standing in the middle of the plinth, which is empty, is a small impression. And make for me quickly a perception check if you can. So roll. You're going to roll the big dice and then check your little list of skills. That'll tell you if you can add anything, and then you'll tell me what you get.
Ooh,
It's a 4.
not very perceptive.
Plus 2.
+2. All right. You look at it. It seems to remind you of something. The shape of it is very specific. It's a shape that you've seen before, but unfortunately, you can't see it quite clear enough in this low, because it's so dark in this room and low light. Can't quite see what it
She
is.
just got so excited.
Wait, no, I have a thing for this. I can see in the dark.
Caskin
I
kicks
can
the
see in the dark. Well, I already know what's happening. I saw
I have
it.
a glowy stick. Can
I
I use
can
my
already see.
moonlight
Yes,
stick?
you're going to
To
use
show it?
your moon touch rapier. Yep.
Yes.
All
See
right.
in the dark.
Put it.
So you take your sword, you draw it, and the light of the moon glows, and that will give you advantage, and you can roll again if you want, Janny.
Yes, thank you.
So you are being
Thank
assisted.
you.
I'm still on the floor.
Serenade.
Serenade, yes, thank you, Serenade.
I got your back.
19.
19.
Plus 2.
By the light of the moon, you realize that it is the shape of the Harpel wizarding family crest. The Harpels built the house. You have the same crest on the ring that you wear that you took from Anatolia Grimm, who you stole the house from, and it's the shape of the crest as a depression in the center of the plinth.
So people, do I, put the impression in? Do I put the ring in? I don't do that.
I walk up
If you kick the plinth, I
Right.
swear.
and then I come in the middle of everyone and I look down and I say, put the doohickey in the thingo. That's what I'm saying to you,
Exact
casket.
words.
Okay, alright, I guess I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna put the
Doohickey in the
in my
thingo?
hand, or just need the ring?
How do you want to do it? Are you going to keep it on, or are you going to just try and...
I'm gonna keep it on. 'cause
Put it
it's
on,
fancy,
yeah.
Oh, God.
All right,
I've got a bad feeling.
You stand in the middle and you
Left hand.
take the ring and you place the seal inside the depression on the plinth. and suddenly a blue beam of light shoots up from the plinth and begins to pulsate, backlighting all of you dramatically as the light spills across the room.
I get ready for a fight.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right.
So you know.
Scared of magic? Good to know. What witchcraft is this?
What's happening? What's this blue light?
There's a hum, and then suddenly you see what seems like the shadow of a face inside the beam of light, and it says, "Activating now. Welcome, mistress of the house. The Grimlock is at your service."
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That's
I'm
not-
ready to
that's not
attack
nice.
the face.
Alright. Face.
Hi, so it's talking to me. So I'm the mistress of the house. How you doing?
Oh, God.
Man in the middle. What's up? So what's like down here is what I asked him. Or them.
This is the heart of the house. This powers the magic that keeps the house active, and that magic is being bled away. An emergency protocol has made this room reveal itself.
Uh-oh.
What's the emergency?
What?
What's the emergency? Like, nothing. Everything's fine.
We are no longer on Toril, mistress. The house has been misplaced.
Misplaced. It's lost. Is that what you're saying? Because it's right here. Well, it was, I guess.
You are here, but where you are now is no longer Toril, Faerun, the prime material plane. The house appears to be somewhere in the Feywild, mistress. The Shadow
What the
Realm.
hell's a Feywild? That's what I yell over the top.
Well, Janny, probably because of all your studies, and I imagine Serenade would have know about the Feywild. I don't think Cascan. I think that answer, that's
What the hell's a
probably...
Feywild?
But the Feywild is the land of Fey magic, so the magic of fairies, and it's connected to elves.
A fairy's hot.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of them also look like kids.
Nice. Caskin smiles. Wait, they're like kids? What do you mean? Oh, they're small.
I mean, they're tiny, right?
Oh, hell no. Back up with that, man. No, hell no. Caskin frowns and vomits.
Vomits.
I vomit on the
Again,
side of the...
Overcompensating, but okay.
I don't like fairies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Cascan, I think, is perhaps scared of fairies.
I don't like fairies. Anything magical, keep it away from me.
Well, you would hate this then, because it seems like the house is telling you that the entire house has been dragged out of the prime material plane, the real world, and then been lost somewhere in the Feywild.
Man, what are we going to do?
I don't know.
This is the work of a powerful magic user mistress. The defense seals on this house are trying to hold it together, but it is being drained persistently, maliciously. There is a powerful magic user out there, a devil or a planeswalker or a hag.
And they're attacking us in our house. Like,
They're draining it of the power.
Yeah.
Yes, mistress, in 3 hours this house will die.
3 hours.
Where can we find the source of this power drainage?
The source must be coming from somewhere just outside the house, to the north.
That's easy.
Why are they attacking? Like, why this room specifically, or this house? Like, what's so important about that?
This house is an ancient relic of the Harphells. It is a source of great power for the family, and one of the last true relics of the age of Netheril, the lost age of magic. By transporting it near the Witchlight Carnival, we crossed near the... It is difficult to say this in common. The area where the Feywild magic is strongest, where it butts up against the surface of the world, and something powerful has torn that surface and pulled us through.
We in between the matrix. We in between
I am not
things.
familiar with that.
Kind
What
of like I say to the face.
What
like,
is the Matrix,
you know, like
mistress?
Neo? Like that's where in between the worlds.
Mistress, what is
You
Neo?
guys got to read more. You guys got to read more.
Caskin doesn't know what the Feywild is, understands the films of the Wachowskis.
I understand now that he's explained it to me. Can I look around from a door? I'm sick of the face.
Yeah, so there's the steps leading back up into the study, and that leads back into the rest of the house. There's the normal doors, so you're not trapped in the study in this room. It's just that you'd never seen this space before.
I asked him, how did we get outside?
The entire eastern wing of the mansion has been ripped open. You if you head towards your bedchambers, you will find it very easy to disembark.
Oh, let's go do that, I reckon.
Let's go find the source.
I hate his face. He's annoying.
Well, it's nice to meet you too.
I spit at the face. I spit at the face. I've spat at him.
Okay, you spat at the face.
What did he do?
Well, he is a dignified and ancient construct of 1,000 years. So you spit at him and he goes, "And this one, he is with you, mistress?"
I turn my back and walk up the stairs heading for the east wing.
Some kind of jester or imbecile?
Probably not by the end of this.
Very good. I will keep the house alive as much as I can, but I fear that in 3 hours, unless you can convince whoever is draining the house that I will die and you will be trapped here. And as he says this, you notice that even since the beginning of this conversation, the beam of light seems weaker and sort of flickering.
He dying, bro.
No.
Don't make it low. He's gonna die.
He was dying.
I spat on him too.
All right, let's
We
get
need the
out of
house,
here.
so
Let's
let's go find it.
All right, so you all walk over to the eastern wing, and you can see, sure enough, that huge damage has been done to this part of this house. There's a huge rift in the wall of Caskin's bedroom. Yark's room is just gone.
Oh,
It's
God.
there's
All my things.
My things.
there's a whole lot of damage to this side of the house, and these steps that led up into the wing just break apart in what seems like a forest. You're trapped in the middle of a deep, dark forest. Strangely, the air, even though it's nighttime, it seems to glitter a little bit. There's kind of bioluminescent fungus on many of the trees. It kind of looks both creepy and also quite beautiful. And it's like nothing that any of you have ever seen in your lives. It's very strange and magical.
This is cool. I wonder what freaky shit's in the woods there.
Do you want to go? Do you want to lead?
I will not lead because I am petrified of magic. I say to Serenade, what do you do again?
I have a glowy.
Okay,
bag.
well, take your glowy stick and
Yeah.
you head in first. You'll be the point man and we'll stay behind you. Yup?
How about
Stay
I
on
give it
lookout.
to
Oh.
you, and you can hold the stick, and you can go forward.
I grab the stick
Yeah.
from Serenade.
Now, I've met these two, and you're never getting that magic item back.
and
He's immediately lost it.
I bop Serenade on the head once. And then I say, take this stick. And I say, onwards, Yark, into the forest.
Yark leads into the forest.
Yark's leading.
All right, Yark.
Yeah.
Are you trying to be sneaky, stealthy?
I'm gonna use my sneaky boots.
Yeah, you don't need to roll because they're that good. The boots
Oh
are
my
of a kind.
goodness.
So, but being sneaky means that Yark disappears into the gloom, and even in the bio,
I've rolled a 6.
you don't need to roll, as I said.
No,
Oh, I think you said do roll.
No, don't roll.
Oh, thank God.
he
So
didn't roll a
Didn't
6.
roll.
you're lucky because six is a dog shit roll.
Hey.
So he's, as I was going to say, he slips into the gloam, and even though you know to look for him, very soon it's difficult to make him out. He's just that sneaky and that good at his job
Thank you.
of being.
I don't even need this. I can see in the dark.
No, he's turned it off.
I'm just holding it.
Yeah. He's
Bring it
turned
with
off
me.
the sword.
Yeah.
So as he disappears, you head out, and soon you see that to the north there is a huge structure that seems to have 3 towers jutting out of it, and walled gardens on one side of it, and on the other side there's tents and ribbons and festoon, as if perhaps some kind of carnival is in process. And it's the only thing that you can see anywhere nearby. And because you're being so sneaky, you can even see that there are small humanoid figures bustling around, setting up stalls around the thing. And as you get closer, you realize it's a giant, gargantuan tree trunk that has fallen ages ago on its side. And in fact, so long ago that the things you thought were towers are 3 younger trees that are growing out of it.
God. Is there anything else I can see just from observing the whole area? Like, what are they actually? You're saying they're setting up tents, right?
Do you want to look at are you looking at the gardens or the tents? You want to see the tents?
Yeah, the actual tents.
Make a perception check for me.
Perception. What die am I rolling with that? Is it the big one?
Yeah.
Boy.
Ooh.
17, and I should get +1, I think.
Yeah, right, nice.
Yeah, so it'll be 18.
All right, so you, with your eyes adjusting to the dark, to the low light, you can see that there are what looks like 4 goblins that are working with nails and hammers, and one of them is hanging festooning, and they're setting up these stalls that look still, only one of them is properly decorated. The rest of them are still being constructed. And one of the goblins, a bit bigger, seems to have a large, impossibly swollen head. And as he turns and looks at you, the light of the moon looks in your direction. He can't see you. The light of the moon shines on it, and you realize that he has what looks like a bloated, big pumpkin head as he sort of scans the side of the forest. Other than that, they're the only 4 you see.
How close is this guy that's looked towards my direction?
I would say you got within 60 feet. Let's say 80 feet of them.
80 feet.
They seem friendly, right?
I'm going to attack.
They just
No,
seem
wait.
like they're carnival tent.
Wait.
They're gonna do a nice little carnival and you're gonna attack them.
You're just
Well,
gonna.
they're goblins, man. They're ugly.
They're working class goblins.
They're not though.
What's wrong? They've met me.
Can I? No, I'm going first. Can I? So I want to bring attention of just that first goblin. Is there something nearby I can shoot to maybe bring his attention to kind of investigate to
You're
get him
gonna
over?
shoot.
Oh yeah, if you want it.
I want to bring him over. I kidnap him and interrogate him.
Yeah, good thinking.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Before you do,
Are we caught up?
I was just about to say, have you signaled for the others to come, or are you
No, not yet.
you having having a little solo
I'm like
adventure?
this in the
I'll
dark.
bring him
I'm like
over
this.
first,
I'm
and
like
then you
this.
come in.
Hello.
They keep
I'm
evolving
lost.
into trees.
Yeah. Okay.
So
You want?
I want to like shoot something like almost in between him and me to kind of pull him away from.
All right.
The others.
I'm going to let's just call that a deception check because you're trying to sort of make a forest
Yeah.
sound. So make a deception check for me. And I'm going to oppose that with his insight.
Oh, no.
Roll again.
You don't.
He slipped.
No, actually, don't get too upset because I rolled a 1. So what
Oh,
do you
it's
roll?
3, and then +1's at
Okay,
4.
the meeting of the brain wizards, the finest minds in the Feywild, because you do something very stupid and he buys it. So I think you take your crossbow or something and just throw it against a tree. And he's like, I think a crossbow fell out of that tree, and starts walking towards you. Now the rest of you can see from a distance, although you couldn't see where Yark is. You see what's happening as you see a figure detaches from the tents and starts walking into the forest, vaguely towards the three of you.
Is he far enough away to where he's not going to be alerted by his friends?
Very soon he will be, yeah.
Once he kind of steps out of that range, I want to sneakily get up to him and start kind of muffling, like coming from behind him and muffle his mouth so he can't scream out to anybody. And then I signal to the rest of the party to come over.
Okay.
I've got him trapped in my
All right, it's
small hands.
Yark, make a stealth check for me, and the rest of you, are you running towards?
I'm gonna run. When I see him doing that, I run up, and like as he's holding his mouth, I want to punch the guy right in the
Why
eye.
are you doing that?
I'm gonna punch
What's the
him.
reason for that?
I'm gonna punch him in the eye, and then I want to like help Yark
Amazing.
suffocate
Even
him.
though
Great.
it was very clear that I had it under control.
Okay. Your
Oh, that's not good.
stealth check isn't very good, but he does get startled because at this point screaming towards him, or being as quiet as he can, which is not very
I
quiet.
also have +5 for stealth, so
Yep.
bring it up to 7.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Did you roll twice?
No.
Sound-
Do I look like I would cheat?
It sounds like you rolled
It
twice.
did. Okay, the first one was a 1,
Yeah.
but the second one was a 12.
Okay, good to know. So
1.
that was a 1 then. And
Guys.
Loserfruit, I really appreciate your honesty there. There's this thing in D&D which is called inspirations. I'm going to give you that for keeping Kaskin honest.
What is that?
Got a coin. That's a Bitcoin.
You can spend
like
that
60
for a
grand.
reroll anytime you want by giving it back to me.
Oh.
I'll need to re-roll more than you.
Okay, Kaskin and Yark. Yark thinking, rushes forward, hits, and there's a loud crack of a twig as he steps on it, and the creature looks up startled, and Yark just panics and lunges forward, wrapping his arm around what he presumes is the creature's mouth, and at that point, Kaskin lumbers, tripping over a log, falling over, coins falling out of his pocket, as he tries to crash tackle the creature from behind. The two of them both grab at its head, and suddenly your hands feel disgusting as whatever it seems like the skin of his head just gives way, as if you put your hands into a giant jar of like old yogurt, or if you ever pulled like an apple that's like gone for way too long, it just splits open, and for a horrible second you think something really disgusting's happened before you realize that the creature is wearing a giant kind of toffee apple head, and your hands, both of your hands, are trapped inside it as you try to shake free, but you're now grappled by its head.
Is this both of them?
The two of them,
I'm gonna scream.
Serenade,
Like, eat
and Jenny
popcorn in
just
the
both
back.
watching with popcorn. Somehow.
I'd be like, wow, this is great.
As the creature tries to turn its head, but it's kind of comfortably grappled between the two boys who now have both lost one hand inside its head. And you feel like you can feel something slithering inside. As
Slithering?
It goes, yeah.
Is it my turn?
Well, the creature turns and heads, and you can see now it's a goblin body beside the head, and it says, "All right then, what are you two playing at?" It says that in Goblin, actually. Does anyone speak Goblin?
I only speak Draconic.
Okay, you chose for your one extra... That's a punt. You chose for your extra language, the language of dragons.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, I want to reek my hand out as hard as I can and back up and hold my spear ready.
You can try, but unfortunately you're grappled. So with disadvantage, roll 2 dice. Tell me the lowest.
Oh, 2 dice?
Yeah, but tell me the lowest.
4 is the lowest.
Yeah, okay.
And 14 is the highest.
You try to pull your hand out, trying to reach for your spear, and the creature sort of turns, the head hole turns, and it looks like it's leering at you, and it suddenly gives a hard, loud whistle, and the 3 other goblins that are working perk their ears up and start heading towards you. Now, while this is happening, Serenade and Janny.
It's time to, step up.
Help me.
Like, we're just
Oh
walking.
my goodness.
We're just walking.
Imagine.
I have like things to be like, like suggestion, like a manipulation powers, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I like to kind of, use that on him, like the power of suggestion, to be like, you know what? We come in peace. We're good. Can you just, hold these guys off? We're fine. These guys are idiots, but like, let's just.
Okay.
Because he drops some coins, like money on the floor,
Hey!
right? Can I just grab that?
Yeah,
and then give it to the goblin?
I suppose you can grab that.
Grab it and keep it.
That's my money, man.
It's just so the goblin can,
Just keep the money.
Well, you get a bag of 30 gold coins. Kaskin, you lose 30 gold coins. That's all the gold you have on.
That's all the gold I got.
So you have 60 gold coins now. You have Kaskin's cut as well. And you're casting suggestions. Let me just see if it works. As Janny, her eyes flash purple as she steps out. Her hair for a second seems to go sort of strange and float in the air for a second. And then she's normal again. But something has affected the goblin, who looks up and smiles and says, "Oh, sorry, mistress, I was confused. Are these two with you?"
No.
We should take them to the dungeon then. Granny Nightshade will want to talk to them.
No.
I think that would be great.
Oh, God.
The other goblins have arrived at this point, and the creature whose name is... There's obviously an inner monologue is sort of screaming at it that something is wrong, that the magic is still taking hold of it. This will last, by the way, up to 8 hours, but you need to know that it requires concentration. So if something breaks your concentration, if you get hit by an attack or you get startled, it could break in an instant. And you can't cast other spells while you are concentrating on maintaining this one. And the creature looks and says, "And you were... There was a reason you're here, right, mistress? You came to see the mother. You came to see Scabbeth the Nightshade."
Yes, of course. We are old friends, and I just need some help. That is all.
Well,
Yeah.
"Welcome to Loomlurch, mistress. I will hithers." And he trolls out to one of the goblins. He's like, "Take these 2 wretches and throw them in the dungeon."
I'm laughing because I think the name Kithers is hilarious.
And you're gonna let these goblins arrest you?
Oh.
It's
You
only
pull-
one, it's only one arm that's trapped.
By this point, you've glumped your hands out, but they are coated in this kind of heavy toffee, so much so that you would struggle to hold a weapon in your dominant hands. You could obviously hold them in your off hands, or you can kick or anything like that. But your hands are kind of ruined until you get a chance to clean them off.
I don't like killers, so I'm going to try to kill him. And what I'm going to do is, I've got like a spear on my back because I've got like 2 or 3 throwing spears. I'm going to stand, I'm like standing like this, and I want to like kick the butt of the spear up. I go, boom! And it comes up like this. I catch it in my good hand.
Yep.
I'm going to peg it at Kithers. Straight at his head.
Okay, Kithers has a family. But let's try that out. This is your non-dominant hand, so this is again with disadvantage. I need you
Damn it.
to make... Actually, no, just... You know what? Just make a attack for me, but lose 2 from it.
Okay. 14.
14. All right. So as Kaskin is
And I'm
approached...
laughing.
As approached by Kithers, Kaskin grabs, kicks his javelin out from the top of his shoulder and just hurls it into Kithers' head. D6 plus 3 if you want. That's how much damage it does.
Oh, do I roll?
Yeah, it was going to throw us into combat, but you just roll a 6-sided dice.
Oh, the 6-sided dice.
I did a laugh you're doing.
4.
4. All right, you do.
I'm going... As I'm throwing it.
All right.
It's evil.
Kithers screams in surprise and pain and falls backwards, a javelin in his side, but still, unfortunately, very much alive as we are thrown into combat. As Janny starts to panic for a second because suddenly things are getting very distracting.
Why did you have to do that?
Because I didn't want to go to prison.
Just go to prison. You can get out of prison.
You should have gotten this.
I would have gotten us out.
You should have said that.
All right, everybody roll initiative for me.
Can I apologise?
No.
No.
Damn it.
What do you think?
I got a 12.
Yep, 12.
I got a 5.
Oh, no.
14.
Janny, 14, yep.
Oh, 18.
Oh.
I'm ready for 5.
All right. The goblins get a 7 and Chucklehead gets a 7 as well, which makes it very easy. So, in that case, the first one up to react to the attempted murder by Kaskin is Yark. He springs into action.
Is there some way I can get this glump off my hand? Is it still on there?
Tell me how you're going to do it. You're standing in the middle of the trees.
Can I wipe it on the back of Yark's shirt?
Yes, absolutely.
Not my shirt. Sorry, Kaskin's shirt.
Kaskin, are you going to allow this?
Yeah, it's helping me.
Oh, wow.
All right, great.
I don't notice. I'm too distracted. Like, I'm
Wonderful.
laughing still.
Okay, make for me very quickly just a little dexterity check.
5. So plus 5, so it's 10.
10, all right. It will take 2 turns for you to do it, but you start to wipe the goop off and
Yeah.
it starts to make progress, but it does take your entire turn. And then the next one up is Janny.
Okay, so we're in combat. So is that like no talking type thing, or like?
Well, you were talking and it was going quite well.
Sorry,
but
guys.
Then what happened is Kaskin threw a javelin into somebody.
I know, but it's like I don't want to.
Help me. It's time to fight.
They don't necessarily know that you work with them. Don't forget that you work with Kaskin. Chucklehead still thinks that you're on his side.
You should tell him to kill the others.
I sent you to prison moments ago.
I wink at Janny, and I think that she knows what I mean.
Yeah.
Literally just no context, just wink.
No contact
I
with
do one of those smiles that.
Chucklehead yells out, "Mistress, please, we need your help." His voice just changed hugely. I don't know how it did.
I love
All
it.
right, mistress, we need your help.
Like, okay, alright, so I can't really use many spells, can I? 'Cause
You can't. You can use your cantrips, your level 0 spells, or you can break the illusion and use everything. But then of course Chucklehead will know you've tried to manipulate him.
I can't talk, so like, what are my options?
You can talk.
Okay, so can I just be like, I don't know, can I try to convince them that this is not worth their time or something like that?
But you saw him. He just tried to kill Kithers.
I put my hands up like this, like, whoops.
Kithers is bleeding out.
Yeah, he has these moments. I mean, I don't know him.
But
like,
Kithers has a family.
I love Kithers. Old man.
I mean, we all love Kithers, obviously. His charity work helps out the local community.
But we shouldn't waste our time on lowly scum, honestly.
Aww.
We've got bigger tasks to handle at the moment, bigger problems. So I'm just trying to like.
All right, make for me a deception check if you want. It's a bit hard because they do still seem to be a credible threat. Kaskin does at least. No one else is attacked.
I've just been wiping the goop off.
Yeah, and honestly, fair reaction.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 1.
All right,
Should I have a +6?
1 plus 6 is, and he's like,
Nah.
no, we must summon the constabulary. You get the soldiers, as he calls out to another one of the goblins, which runs away. So there's only 3 of them left. And now the next one up is the goblins as they descend, kicking and punching, and some of them even have hammers that they were using on the stalls.
Damn it!
Oh, completely on Casper.
Oh,
No, none of them.
Don't let me die to these little...
As far as they're concerned, you're still on the level. They just think that you're very bad at understanding what like a serious situation is. So the two goblins that are left that aren't Chucklehead attack you, Caskin, and they roll a 19 and a 15. What's your armor? What's your armor class?
My armor, I think it's high.
Yeah? You'd want it to be?
Where is he? I have 14.
Oh, okay, a 15 and a 19 both hit. So you take another 4 plus 6. 10 points of damage.
God!
Oh, you're almost what I have.
I'm nearly dead. Oh, I'm gonna kill Kithers.
It's going to be very...
Oh, I'm gonna kill them all.
Wouldn't it be funny if we killed the guy whose channel this is on and then made him sit in his bedroom while we kept playing? Okay, so meanwhile, Chucklehead has spent his turn, as I said, commanding another one of them to race off, which means now it's Serenade's go.
I still have your stick, by the way. So.
Yeah, can I grab my
Can you guys attack?
from Yark, please?
Kill the goblins!
Yark, do you throw the moon-touched
I
ring?
kind of reluctantly, like, fine.
Please.
Throw it back.
Throws it back to the air. Make a dexterity to grab it.
Oh, okay.
If you succeed, you'll still get to take your turn.
Oh, just
You guys really gotta get some rolls
hit
in,
you in
man.
the
We're
head.
gonna die!
You can't keep rolling like this. This is giving me flashbacks to the
We're all
last
gonna
time.
die!
Do I give it back now?
What happens is
I threw it at you,
Yark
so-
spins. Yark spins around and with the acrobatic grace of like a trained rogue, throws in a neat arc the sword towards you as you sort of try to grab it. It slips between spears down on the soil in front of you, and then you panic so much I think your wings pop out.
Because I have social anxiety.
Everyone's looking at you, missing it.
Even me, I'm not looking at the goblins, I'm looking at
The
her.
goblins are trying not to make eye contact with Serenade because they're getting secondhand embarrassed.
And I turn red. I'm just like, hold on to the refill. Can I say the situation just to gather it? They're attacking Yark,
Yes.
and then
Caskin.
Casket. Sorry, and then
But we're not gonna break this spell, we gotta kill him.
we can't kill them.
We have to kill them.
Look,
He's gonna
somebody
die.
is going to get killed.
I'm going to die, we gotta fight.
Well, I mean, that's the sacrifice we
No!
have to make, if that's
God.
it. Can I put them to sleep?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it like an AoE?
If you have the sleep spell, yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna cast sleep. That's
Yeah.
a good. All right. Serenade. but sorry, you're gonna have to. This would be on your second action because you rolled so badly grabbing it that you panic and that takes up your turn. So that's a great idea for next turn. So unfortunately, this does mean that it is now Caskin's go. again.
Yes, good. Where is Kithers?
My
Kithers
fingers are-
is bleeding out on the floor in front of you. Two other goblins are like attacking you with hammers, and nobody
Don't worry
else
about
is
them.
helping.
Don't worry about-
Yark
Well,
is like
I wanna
Yark
use-
is. You think Yark is patting you on the back until you realize he's just wiping his hands on you.
I think I can use a dash to get past the two ones in front of me.
Yep.
So I wanna I see these two and they're like hitting me with hammers, I'm like, damn it. I like kick one a little bit and then I wanna dash, but it's like cool, it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Make for me an acrobatics check. I know exactly what you mean.
It's a 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 4.
Okay, it's a 4 plus your acrobatics.
I got good acrobatics, like really good.
Yeah, it's at the top. It's right there. What is
I have +4
Okay.
acrobatics.
All right. Unfortunately, your acrobatics is good enough that you don't trip over, but you just sort of slam into them.
I don't look
it's
cool.
awkward. You don't look good. You're very glad that like Serenade is upstaging you in the embarrassing stage.
Oh my
So
God.
nobody sees it, but it's rough.
So is Kithers on his back?
Yeah, and you stumble towards him, and you're now on above him.
I want to get my great sword out and I want to chop off his head.
Okay, make it a great sword attack.
Yes, I like that. It's a 4.
Oh my
You
God,
miss.
we're all
You
dead.
miss a
I
goblin
miss!
on the floor. No, you know what? He's prone. You get advantage. You can roll one more time.
Oh!
It's the highest.
And I got so much strength. Please!
It's a 4.
What's that?
Oh, what?
It's that symbol.
That's a critical hit. That is the best roll.
Yes!
All right, that's very, very cool. You suddenly flourish the sword, do a double figure
I
of
look
8
awesome.
in the shape. You cut out your name in the sky, and then you bring it down. You cut his head off. And as I said before, nobody sees it because everybody's watching Serenade. So it's the coolest thing you've ever done.
Oh,
And nobody sees
oh
it.
my god.
I'm just trying to like just kind of like holding it. I'm just like, you guys gotta watch that. That's pretty. Cool.
Yeah, Serenade sees it. Serenade weirdly sees it.
I wink at Serenade.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just like, oh.
Kithers is dead. Long live.
And I'm holding up his head like
Yep.
this.
Great. Serenade, the only one who sees you do that, is horrified.
I even go like with his like.
That's awful. Yark, you're up.
Okay, can I pull out my crossbow?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to... So how
So your
many...
hands are clean now.
Yeah. How many of them are left?
There is one more plus Chucklehead.
Which one's the furthest away?
They're both about
About the
10, 15 feet away from you. There's a big melee happening in the forest.
Okay, I'm gonna aim my crossbow towards Chucklehead.
Okay, you make an attack for me.
Oi, that's a 19.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hide? Because you could use your rogue ability to sort of slink into the.
Yeah, I still want to kind of try and remain as hidden as possible.
Make a stealth check as well, and that if you succeed this, it's a sneak attack.
8 plus my stealth. What is my stealth?
It's
Yeah.
opposed by his insight, which is his passive perception actually, which is great. No, you make that.
Oh, okay.
I assume you.
I've
you're
got
gonna be-
+5 for stealth
Yeah,
anyway.
it's
How
gonna
do
be
you
something.
do it? Do you do it cool?
What?
Like how
Well,
do
you
you
don't see me because it's stealth.
Oh, sorry.
So you don't know if it's cool or not.
I hope it's cool, man.
Kaskin sort of high. So yeah, so while Kaskin is drawing a lot of attention and Serenade is drawing a lot of attention, Cray Yark uses the moment to.
Okay.
They're one and the same, really. I mean,
It's the same
it
name
is.
backwards.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So Yark uses the moment to glide behind one of the trees, melts away, pulls out his little hand crossbow that he keeps bolted to the side of his wrist at all times, and fires a shot right into the toffee mess that is Chucklehead's head, and it goes right through one of the eyes.
Oi.
Make for me a sneak attack. So roll all your damage and then add 2d.
Or 18.
Um,
And then what am I?
No, so you're going to just roll
A 6-side?
Oh,
a d4 and then add 2d6.
okay, wait, so a 4 die.
Yeah, the 4 is the really crazy shaped one. It looks like a little pyramid.
Oh, the pyramid. Okay.
And then just 2 normal dice.
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
That's 4. It's a 4.
Oh, okay. And then what's the other one I'm rolling?
Just 2 normal dice.
Oh, 2 normal die.
This is a poggers moment.
There's all going here.
Oh,
It's
no.
A 1 and a 2.
It's fun to use the dice, but suddenly there's a lot of
There's
maths
a
in
lot.
the game.
Yeah.
I can roll them for you if you want. I've got them on the screen as well. So that is a 4 plus a 2 plus a 1,
Yeah.
which is 7. You do 7 points of damage. He screams in pain and shock before realizing it doesn't hurt as much as he thought it did.
Wow, in the eye, it doesn't hurt that much.
Well, you rolled really badly.
How
So
does it just, it like, kind of touches his eye?
7 points of damage. It's pretty good, but yeah, it could be a lot better. And then the next one up is Jenny.
So how many people are we
So
dealing
what's
with
the
here?
next?
Sorry, goblins are we dealing with?
There's now only 2. Now that Kithers is dead and one of the others ran away, there is the other goblin and there is Chucklehead, who seems to be their boss.
Okay. Well, I guess I have to attack them, don't I?
Well, I mean, it probably matters less now that you break the spell because Chucklehead has just been shot in the face at point blank range, and so he has other problems.
All right, I'm gonna break this spell that was really cool.
It was cool.
It's a good use of the spell, and now you know how it works. You can use that
Should have
anytime you want.
convinced him that the goblin did it. That's what Kaskin's thinking. Like, use your wizard.
I thought I was gonna get rid of you.
I know, I
I'm so happy. And
It's
then-
almost dead.
Does anybody have a pot?
I thought it was a gangster play because if you can just get them all killed, you get to keep the house.
Oh my god. You're gonna need us later for the boss battle, Pops. Think about the boss battle.
Okay.
Think about boss battle.
Yeah, you need the tank and the support. You
I mean,
can't
I just
be
killed a
DPS
man.
going alone.
I'll kill them all.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna break this thing. Why not? Why are we even bothering anymore with
Yes.
manipulating?
You should have seen what I did. It was cool though.
The spell shatters,
I
and
saw it.
Oh my god. I wink.
This spell, again, he's still covered with toffee and goblin gas. The spell shatters, and suddenly Chucklehead looks at you and the face turns into an expression of surprise, and you can cast a spell if you want.
I'll cast a cloud of daggers at him.
Ooh, all right. This is a horrifying warlock spell. So you suddenly create shapes with your hands and draw sigils into the air that glow in front of you, and suddenly a localized storm whips up around Chucklehead as daggers suddenly, spectral daggers suddenly whip themselves up into a fury, and they're all around him, and he suddenly screams out in pain as they start to cut him and cut him and cut him, as it does another 7 points of damage. So he's now starting to look quite endangered, but also he can't move because there's these things flying all around him. He's trapped in the middle of this very localized storm. That's Janny's go, which means now the goblin's turn. The goblin that's attacking Caskin. How much life do you have left?
I only got 21.
Oh, okay, all right. It runs forward and attacks you with its hammer. It rolls a 17, which is a hit, which means that it does another 4 points of damage to you.
Well, I'm the tank, but I'm the one hiding.
But now the goblin boss Chucklehead, who is being attacked by Janny, suddenly tries to run through the daggers in panic, screaming in pain as he does, taking another 1 plus 2 is 3, 6, 7 points of damage again. And he races towards Janny and he pulls out 2 wicked-looking goblin knives as it races, and then just as he's about to stab you, he collapses down dead at your feet.
I just regretted that whole thing.
That is cool.
A row of spectral knives dematerializing from his
You just
back.
want to hit that goblin. It took me heaps.
This is why you need to keep warlocks around.
This is awesome.
All right, congratulations. You have killed the goblins, but one of them did get away and raced into the huge fallen tree building. You can see now that there are stalls all around you. There's the gardens, as I said, at the back. But for now, the area is yours, and there's a couple of dead goblins on the ground.
Can I look around for like something that may heal me? Like I'm like covered in guts.
Yep.
I'm all sliced and diced. Like I'm holding my head like this.
You shouldn't do that because you've got toffee all over there.
Well, now I'm stuck. Yeah. So I'm stuck, and I look to my friends. I'm looking around. Can I get a pot? Someone heal Caskin, yo. Heal me. I did a lot.
Do you have something to exchange for my services?
You stole all my gold, Serenade.
On the floor.
That's right. I want the pot from Serenade.
He has a very nice spear.
Oh.
No.
Do you have a spear?
No, you can't have it.
Well then,
No.
give me the spear.
Is there anything
I
in the
will heal
stalls
you.
that could heal me at all?
Do you know what there is? There is one, as I said, one of the stalls is dressed, and it's a sweet stall. It's covered in what looks like sort of candies and strange goblin candies. There's sort of strange
Let's go to there.
potions and flasks.
Can we change our clothes before we go there so we look like different people? So
Yeah,
that
that's
goblin's
a good
gonna.
point.
he's
The
gonna
goblins are all gone.
They're
So
dead.
Oh wait, so
There was only one that got away.
One has
Oh.
run into the building. This is the little circus that's just outside the building.
Okay.
I'll kill him when we see him next. Don't worry, he won't speak.
Okay.
Well, I go into the sweet store,
Yep.
and
Okay.
I want to find like. I start eating sweets.
Start eating stuff.
I'm gonna start eating stuff, and I see something that looks like a health potion. I want to drink it.
Okay. Great. Roll for me. You just start
What does it look like?
random
It
sweets.
looks red.
It's red and gold.
Are you trying to look at them to try and work out, or
Yeah, trying my best.
so using Caskin's ability to determine whether an
We should
object
have had
is
someone
magical
else
or
maybe
not?
determine
Damn it.
that. Maybe ask
Roll an
someone else to
8-sided
look
dice
at it.
for me.
That's not eight-sided.
It's the little diamonds.
Oh, it's this one, right?
They look like little diamonds.
Oh, this one. I did a 70.
Okay, but that's not
That doesn't
possible.
count.
That looks like a diamond.
This one.
Oh, that one.
The other diamond.
This one.
That's
There you go.
I hit a 6.
Six.
Or is
Okay.
that a 9 if it's...
Well, it
No,
can't be, 'cause
it's an 8-sided dice.
Have you rolled the wrong one again? I think he's rolled the wrong. You've rolled. Just get one that
I'm
has
gonna
eight.
roll it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll it.
It's a 9.
All right,
It's
Okay,
supposed
you've
to
got
be
the wrong
this one.
Oh.
we're gonna call it a 6. We're gonna move
He
on.
rolled well.
All right, you rolled a 6. So Caskins just starts eating things, and it's all the candied bugs. They're sort of jellied worms. It's kind of
Yum.
goblin delicacies, all kind of disgusting and all sickly sweet, very very sweet. Nothing. There's just all toffee and stuff. It's the other sort of approach. Is you're panicked eating just everything, tasting everything, until finally you taste something and you feel magic. You realize that as you drink it, you realize that this is a strange magical, sort of sickly sweet water, and you look around at your wounds, seeing if they'll close, and they don't. But instead, suddenly, all of the trees shimmer around you as what looked like you thought was the bioluminescence is actually fireflies that were feasting on these mushrooms, and they all start flying towards you and just settling on you until you're very still and just covered in a persistent cloud of fireflies.
It's hallucinating the whole thing.
No,
Yeah,
it's real. It's happening.
Well, I still say, y'all seeing this? Y'all seeing this? I'm gonna let them do what they're doing.
The main thing to be would be like, say, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
Yeah, you're now covered in fireflies. You shed light as you walk around. The fireflies seem to be content to just land on you. Somehow you've become as sweet to them as the mushrooms that they were eating by drinking this stuff.
Are they eating me? Do I
No,
feel...
they're just sort of sitting on you. It doesn't feel like dangerous.
Is it like armor?
But if you try and swat them away, you can't get rid of them. So it's going to be very hard to hide.
So I'm just glowing.
You're glowing. You're just
That's
covered.
cool.
Aura.
You're
That's kind of
iridescent.
cool. I like this.
Wait a minute, but isn't there a goblin chasing after us? So wouldn't
No,
that...
he's running
He's
away.
running away from
but
us.
if
Well, they're not going to
anyone sees us,
recognize
they're
me
gonna
if I'm
see
covered
me
in
first.
fireflies.
The goblin also ran into the giant building. So for all you know, the goblin was sent to get help. He was told to go and tell Scabbeth the Nightshade, and he's disappeared. No, he was told to get the constabulary, is I think what Chucklehead said.
Okay.
What the hell is a constabulary?
No,
Have I healed anything?
Well, no. You've
You've just got an aura.
eaten a lot of goblin lollies, and you are now catnip to fireflies. But no, none of these are unfortunately healing potions.
I have one potion of healing.
I was going to say, you do have healing potions. Do you want to use your last healing potion?
Now that this is all happening,
Yeah,
I look down and I find my healing potion that was on my hip.
the whole time.
I'm finna drink it.
You heal 13 hit points.
Oh,
As if. Can I take some
I need a
candy from
calculator.
the store?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Just
like
want
to
to put it in my
take some
pocket.
thank you so much.
We
Yeah,
just stuff our pockets.
You both fill your pockets with goblin candy?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you both do that. While you're doing that, Yark, what are you up to?
I'm looking for anything of value, if there's anything else around.
Make an investigation check.
Some gold.
Gold, perhaps. 11, and my investigation plus 2, so 13.
Okay, you quickly search. You don't find anything on the stalls, but then you have a look at Chucklehead, and you search his pockets quickly, and you find that tied to his belt, which is just a piece of rope, is a large brass key.
Oh, brass key.
Nice one. Nice pickup.
I don't tell anyone that I find it.
Oh.
what?
What we have
We don't
here.
notice anyway. We're
I have a
stuffing
secret
our
brass
pockets,
key.
being- it up.
So you're standing there, as I said, in front of this giant collapsed tree trunk of a structure. It's the size of a huge, almost a castle. It's massive. You know that on the far side of it, as I said, there are walled gardens. But on this side, there's obviously the door that the goblin ran through. And you can also see now, as you look, that the trees that have grown through it in 3 different places also seem to have weirdly windows cut into them. It looks like they're hollow as well. So the whole tree seems to be a giant hollow structure.
Can we investigate the door that he ran through any further? Can we see inside, try and peer in?
Yep, he slammed it shut. As you get closer, you realize that it's locked. Doesn't fit the key that you just got, but it looks like quite a simple lock.
Yeah, can I use my my tools to see if I can crack into there?
Yeah, sure. Make for me
The door.
a little, just a stealth check. It's a thieves' tools, but it's the same numbers.
Oh, 2. Plus my stealth's at 7.
For a while,
my
increasingly
God.
sweating.
I got stuff.
It's a
I had
simple
stuff in my
lock.
hand still. There's a little bit left.
Yark
still
is
on
sitting there
slippery,
with the little
sweaty.
lock picks and the,
I'm standing behind you glowing.
and everybody just lets it go on for way too long.
I got it. It's a different one. It's a weird one. I've got to just
Caskin, you want to try picking the lock?
I want to kick the door.
Smash it open.
I come
Smash
up
it
and
open at
kick
this
the door
point.
as hard as I can.
Yeah, make a strength check.
What is that here? 16.
All right, Caskin.
More than you can do.
Chaskin looks at Yark, makes a little hand to just move to the side, and then just does a roundhouse kick, and the door just flies
God damn it.
off its hinges very loudly, clatters open into what suddenly you realize is a really kind of nice, it's very old and dusty furniture, but like a nicely appointed parlor, a living room. There's big armchairs. There's a table that has a little, what looks like a little glass receptacle full of boiled sweets. And there is a mantelpiece with a clock that you can now hear is ticking faintly, and doors leading off in both sides of the room. But it's strange because you're in the middle of a tree and it looks like this kind of room in an old apartment.
Can I investigate around if there are any, like, just items and things like that we could use?
Yep. Make a little investigation check.
Just roll this big dice?
Yep, then just check and then add your investigation.
Oh, it's an 8.
But then add your...
Anyone else investigating as well?
+3.
Is anyone helping
I'm too
Sarah?
annoyed about what happened to investigate.
I roll into the room.
You're
I'm
rolling.
investigating too. I'm just gonna
You
sit in.
make an investigation check.
Maybe I don't roll.
18 plus.
Oh,
Damn it, I always have bad investment.
You're looking around the room trying to get a sense of things, but while you're
I'll
doing...
show to the side and say, "Oh, okay, I see." Like that.
And Jenny, also you know enough about magic as well that you realize that you spot a couple of things quite quickly. You see that there is a bell hanging on, like a bell cord that rings a bell hanging in the corner of the room by the door to the east. And you also spot what looks like nestled in a liquor cabinet at the back of the room. There is one stoppered vial of what is clearly some kind of magical potion.
Ooh, wow. I'm gonna pick up that potion.
Yep, great. You recognize it. It is actually a oil of corrosion. So you can throw it. It splashes over in a sort of 10-foot area. All non-magical metal rusts away into dust.
damn, I was going to drink it.
What are you drinking?
I roll into the room.
Yeah, while this is happening, Kaskin is just doing sort of like checking the shoulder, doing little commando rolls. Everybody's in the room now. Yark sighs and follows you all in. And so otherwise it seems quiet. The doors are closed on both sides, but not locked. The goblin that ran in here is nowhere to be seen. You have a moment, it seems, to catch your breath before you decide what you want to do next.
Pick a door.
Can
Pick
we
a door. I'm gonna just.
What are we gonna do?
Just gonna chance it.
if there's any
Yeah.
Is there like a
sort of
map or something of the tree?
Map of the tree. Whether you buy this
I
magic-
scream, waiter!
Yeah?
I'm going to scream as loud as I can, waiter.
Oh.
Okay, so while Serenade, again, it's a failure to communicate because Serenade walks up, very carefully listens to one of the doors as Kaskin shouts out, "Waiter!"
I just sort of grab my freaking broomstick and just go pop and just.
Does anyone hear?
Well, you know what? There's a moment, and then you suddenly hear a clinking sound, and then one of the doors opens, and a small child holding
God, get it away from
a cloche.
Child will die.
Do you know, like a dish with a big lid, holding a cloche. A child walks into the room. The child is dressed in rags,
Don't
and
do
they
it.
look
Don't do
a
it.
bit hungry, and they look very tired, and they've got this cloche, and they walk through the door, and they look at you, Kaskin,
I run
and
up
they
to the...
hold up the cloche.
Wait, what exactly is a cloche?
It's a dish with a big lid, like the big silver butler lid.
Yeah, it's
Called for a waiter.
Yeah,
I-
it's bringing your food.
Smack the thing out of the kid's hands, grab him by the
Oh,
neck.
you see what's in the thing he's holding?
It shatters all over
It's
the
all
ground,
over
where
the
it falls.
ground now.
Yep.
And I hold him up. I'm holding him with one hand like this. And I say, where am I?
Okay, great. Make for me quickly a dexterity check. Kaskin.
Oh my god.
I hit an 11 plus 2.
Not very good, but good enough to overpower a literal child.
Thank God. Thank God he's but a small, starved child.
Yeah. Start on children, work your way up. Right, you grab the kid, the cloche scatters onto Janny's feet, and it opens itself up, and some stuff rolls onto the carpet. As you grab the kid, you slam them against the wall, and you go, "Where am I?" And the child turns and looks at you, and you suddenly see that its eyes are just white. Its pupils are gone. or so cloudy. In fact, in a second you realize they're there, but they're so cloudy that it almost looks like it can't see as it turns and looks at you. And it suddenly tries to croak out a word as you're holding there, and it says, Loom Lurch. Loom Lurch.
What do I do?
You can let him go.
Maybe let go of his neck so he can talk a bit more.
I give him the goblin candy that we got. Give it to him and say, give it to the child. Maybe we can get information from him.
I feel like this.
No, just don't.
But I drop him like this. I let go of him.
Yep.
And he falls, he does
Falls
what-
down onto the... Not hurt, but not hurt.
I want to get to the kid's level, so now I'm being nice.
Okay.
Kneeling down.
And I'm
You get a
saying,
good
like,
cop, bad cop, this kid by
and I'm saying,
yourself.
what the hell is loom? Whatever you said.
This is the house. Every word that the kid says is like it's pushing out from like a deep sleep, and it's getting harder and harder. And it goes, of our mistress, Nightshade, queen of
I slapped the
thither.
child.
Oh my god.
He opens, and his eyes suddenly blink open for a second when you slap him and focus for a second on you. And he looks and he says, you are in danger. We all are. And his eyes suddenly fade out again.
Oh dear God.
I stand up and I turn around and said, we all in danger in here. That's why I say, this kid, he creepy as hell. I just slapped him and he said, we all in danger.
Oh god.
Can we ask him why we're in danger or like how?
We should kill the kid.
You have to slap him again and then ask him.
No, yeah.
You want me to slap him again?
Well, it worked the first time.
I turn around
Slap.
and I
Yes, yes, Caskin, what do you do?
I slap the kid again because Yark says that and I nod.
Yeah.
I turn around, I slap the kid again, I say, why are we in danger? Like, why are we in danger? Bop his ass.
Okay, again, his eyes focus not as strongly as it did. It seems everything he's saying is still taking something out of him. And he turns and looks at you. And he's about to say something when his eyes go white with fear. And I need all of you except Caskin, because he's focusing, to make perception checks for me.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
Did you just alarm?
Oh, a 2, don't worry.
I got an 18.
I'll get higher. 9. 6.
You should have lied.
Damn it.
Yark and Janny both look around, but they can't work out what the kid is looking at, as the kid is shivering now. And Serenade, it takes you a second before you suddenly realize that what you thought was just the ticking of the clock on the mantelpiece has suddenly started to enter double time. There's another ticking sound, and it's getting louder and louder, and it's coming from the west, heading towards the door. As the kid is scrabbling now with its back, trying to get as far away from the western door as possible, and it looks and it says, we have to leave. And even as it's saying it, the child is like scrabbling towards the eastern door that it's come in through, as the ticking is getting louder and louder and
I'm
louder.
going to let the kid go. I let him go.
Wow.
The kid grabs the dish as much as it can, and it races away, running very, very fast down the eastern way. The stuff that was on the cloche is still lying all over the floor, and the cloche, the lid's there, but it takes the dish. But still that sound of ticking is getting closer and closer and closer.
I think we should follow the kid. I yell it to him. Because have I noticed that the ticking's getting louder?
Has Serenade told you?
No, I haven't. So I tried to get everyone's attention. Like I hear like a ticking, and that's why the child has run away. And I feel as if that we should follow that.
Or
child.
we go towards the ticking.
Do you
I
think
don't know if we're ready for the ticking.
he looks
You're gonna
very
run away with
scared.
the child.
We need to know what the ticking is, and if that kid's that scared.
Can we hide somewhere?
Can I look at the things you dropped?
Yep. So you look on the ground and you see a couple of things that looks like a letter opener, a sort of little silver letter opener, and there is also a small locket on a chain. And then there was what looks like there were glasses of some liquid, or that the liquid is splashed out onto the carpet.
Can I like take it?
Whoops.
Like, can I just like taste it?
Yep, it's tea. There were little cups. There were cups of tea, non-magical tea.
God damn it!
Just
I thought it
tea.
was magical.
That's all it is. It's not poison.
You called for a waiter and then you threatened him.
Do I realise that it's tea?
Yeah, if you taste it.
I say, oh shit. I'm a good kid. We should I say to the group, we should go after the kid.
Okay, so you all head up to the east through the door?
Unless somebody else.
I'm just like waiting. I'm just waiting for people to decide.
I'm still waiting in the center too.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's been a bit since the kids.
So Kaskin and Yak, you can just hide in the doorway if you want, down that way.
I wanted to hide and like peer through to wait and see if anything comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any like thing in the room that we can hide in, like a closet?
There are those
like,
armchairs.
armchairs.
And there's the drinks cabinet as the main bits of furniture.
Could we like go behind it? Could we like wiggle ourselves behind the armchair?
Totally. So is everybody making stealth checks? Anyone that wants to
I'm still
hide?
looking at this locket and like.
I'm stealthing.
This is great. Okay, so
I'm outta here.
the three of you all make stealth checks, but Janny's standing in the middle of the room and she just stares at the western door.
10.
12.
Come on, be a good one. I don't want to be in the center of everything. It's a 7!
We're all gonna die. This ticking thing's gonna kill us all.
The door suddenly, as the ticking gets louder and louder and louder, and then suddenly you see the handle of the door begin to turn. Everyone is now hiding except for Janny, who's standing holding the locket in the center of the room. And then the door opens, and through it walks a very old woman, hunched over with a veil in front of her face, little pincushion the pins on her arm, in an old funeral dress, looking possibly old. And she comes and she sees you, Janny. And if she sees any of the others of you, she doesn't immediately say anything. As she looks and she says, "Well, dearie, you're the one who's been causing all this ruckus. Come, sit down with Granny Nightshade."
Okay.
See the boss. See the boss. Bro. See the boss.
Make an
Do you
arcana.
remember me?
It's your sister. Make an arcana check for me.
7 plus 3, 10.
Okay, 10 is only a standard, but it's easy to tell at this distance that this woman is radiating immense magical power and that she's very dangerous.
Okay.
As she sits and looks at you, and you also notice ticking as she's gotten closer, you now notice that stuck in her back is a giant silver key, and it's slowly turning and it's ticking rhythmically and quite fast as she looks at you. And she sits down on one of the two armchairs, and then she pats the other armchair and she says, "Well, sweet love."
I go over and sit with her, you know?
Oh,
Sit with her.
With the evil witch?
She's not evil, she's just a witch, she's just magical, alright?
You scared her. She crazy.
I said she's powerful, she's dangerous, but so am I. So I go over and sit with my equal magic.
You ain't that
lady.
powerful.
You know nothing about magic.
You did one hit a goblin.
I sit down and say, hey, like, what's happening? What do you do? Like, ask her about herself, you know. Is she?
"This is my house, and you are not yet my guest. So let me ask a question. That wonderful structure outside that came so rudely into my little world,
Yes.
you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?"
She'll know if you're lying. She'll know if you're lying.
Oh, I just hear a whisper.
You look over her shoulder, and like just 3 heads poke out at different heights.
I wink.
I was just like,
I honestly say to her that I came with the structure, but I didn't bring it here. Okay, there's some other force brought it here. So that's what I say to her.
Well, it is a wonderful gift, and I shall enjoy consuming
it's not
it
a gift.
entirely.
it's not food either.
She eating magical floors, bro.
I don't think you want to eat it or consume it. No, don't do that. It's not good for you. Not healthy.
You are obviously not from around here, so perhaps a word of advice from your elder. But it is not up to you to decide what is good for me.
Oh, it's... You getting pushed around.
Listen, I was just saying. I was just suggesting. I read something recently. It wasn't good for you. Okay, you can. Yep. This says inspiration.
You're holding up the token.
I will have a double turn.
Don't make me use this.
Well, enjoy And let me at last welcome you here for this wonderful gift. You are welcome to walk in my house. I will be retiring now to the grand house upstairs. And you could even tell your 3 little friends in the room
Shit.
beyond
She been knowing that.
to enjoy my hospitality. But I remind you that this is my land, and there are rules, and you will not leave here without my say-so. And with that, she clicks her fingers, and another little kid, which you didn't see, comes behind and is holding another little cloche, and there's 4 cups of tea sitting on it. And she says, "Good night then. One needs her beauty rest after all." And then she walks out, and last thing you hear is just the ticking as the giant key in the back, very center of her back, which you now see there's just a mechanical hole in her back. This huge metal key is ticking as she sort of drifts back through the western door, as the child stands there with the 4 little keys and completely white eyes.
God damn.
We know he's drawing the power.
Yeah, I'll come out and I say, man, she evil as hell. she got all these little kids running around, all possessed and shit.
Oh.
I look at the little kid, and he's holding tea. I pat him on the head, and then I grab some of the tea.
Oh yeah, and you drink some.
I'm finna drink it.
Yeah. Caskin, someone who's not afraid to drink tea given to him by an obvious witch. It's nice. It's wormwood and licorice, which is something that Caskin likes, presumably. It tastes good.
I drink a
Nothing
second.
weird
I
with it?
drink the
Nothing-
second one. I gulp it down.
You drink everybody's teas?
Yeah, I drink 3 and I leave one there because I feel like I need to pee.
Okay, Caskin drinks 3 of the teas as the kid sits, and you look beyond, as her figure disappears down the hallway, you can see into the western side of Loomlurch now that she's left, and you see for the first time what looks like a giant workshop through the doorway, and there are benches at intervals, and on those benches toys are being constructed.
Toys?
Little sailboats, automatons, dolls, little wooden and tin toys. And at benches at intervals are more and more of these small little raggedy children who are sitting there sewing leather, hammering
Child
nails,
labour.
and constructing these toys.
This is crazy.
And as she disappears, all of them look up at you for a second, Caskin, and meet your eyes, and then look down at their work again as the door swings shut.
I'm getting mad.
Save the kids.
I want to save kids now. I don't want to kill kids anymore.
Okay.
Um,
This is a real moment of character growth.
we got to find the kid that ran away.
Where's the kid that's there, that's holding the tea? Maybe we ask him some stuff.
Yeah.
I slapped the child,
Oh, gee.
Okay, yep.
and I'm gonna ask him.
This kid is much smaller than the other kid, by the way.
Right.
I'll give him
Give him a little tap.
I tap him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Good.
Oh yes. My mask has a cool logo on it, so it ruins the immersion.
It ruins the immersion. It wasn't part of the world.
I want to.
Hmm?
What do I do with the kid? Man, yeah, I'm gonna slap him. I'm gonna say.
Is there any more
Can I
information we can get
stop
about
him?
Yes.
And, okay, I
So
stop.
I go like this.
No, this is fun. This is opposed dexterity.
And you go,
Both,
"Fuck."
Stop.
both of you roll dexterity, see who rolls higher.
I'm gonna hit him. I hit a 1.
Okay, I
Oh.
can't bail on that, right? I got a 7.
Oh. Wow, you just got powered.
All right.
I'm stunned.
I'm just holding it.
My mouth is wide open.
And Serenade just grabs your hand and just holds it in place as the kid stands there, and she looks at you and she just shakes her hand.
Yeah.
I say, that's so hot.
It was valid.
And I just kind of like get down to the child's level, and I kind of like grab something because he's skinny, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the goblin food might wake him up. So I was like kind of like giving it to him or trying to like let him smell it.
It's a very tiny little boy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do that. I take out the things that I have
Mhm.
from the candy store, and then just give it to him and see if he responds.
Yep, his eyes light up as you take out the candy and you give it to him. And he sucks on a little candied slug or some kind of horrible goblin sweet. And his eyes for a second sort of snap back as he looks and he says, "What are all you doing here? Where am I?
Oh no.
Where's Mama?"
Oh,
He's
God.
got a toppy little voice.
I say to him, you an orphan.
You're a remarkably ugly man.
Straight, Dad, straight.
Oh my goodness.
Hold,
Grabs it again.
hold. I was just like,
I raised my hand, Serenade grabs it again.
I was just like, how did you get here?
Miss Granny Nightshade, she lures us here from the carnival, from places all over the world. I've been here so long. After a while, you forget. But if you're very good, she gives you sweets, and sweets bring you back.
Sweets
Whoa.
bring me back. Then I turn to the guys. I'm just like, guys, any more information? Any more
I say,
questions?
I realise I can stop hitting kids.
No.
I've realised that.
We have a lot of sweets. Can we go to that room of kids and just like throw the sweets in them?
The room. Yeah, if you want to go into the workshop.
Yeah, I still got heaps of sweets in my pockets,
Yeah,
so I
we
just
got
go
a
in and
lot.
I just
You're
like,
free all the kids.
I follow
I
him.
just yeah.
I see the
'cause
excitement.
This one's so small.
Mhm.
Yeah, they need
not
food.
Janny is going in first.
Yeah.
Make a perception check for me.
Woo! 17
Oh my God.
Whoa.
plus 2.
Janny quickly runs past the little kid who's talking to Serenade, and with a handful of sweets from your pouch, and as you do, you suddenly stop dead just as you're about to walk into the light, because you notice that there are two figures about Yark's height, only going up, quite short, and they
5'8".
yeah. They're dressed like squat little tin soldiers, and they have pikes, and they're standing at attention. But you suddenly realize that they're both magical constructs, and they're standing motionless, watching over all of the kids.
Okay, alright, good. I'm like, okay, so we've got to do something about them first. Let's,
We need to pass.
so I tell everyone that we need to get these guys, or pass them, or sneak past them, and
Oh,
we'll-
Let me stealth attack them. I can take them out in one shot.
They work for Major Manners. They are the constabulary. They're here to make sure that we all behave.
let's kill him.
Are they children as well?
No, these look
Oh.
like these are like tin men. They're
Oh, okay.
they're little clockwork men.
Oh, well then let's kill them. That's fine.
But what do you mean by behave? Like, as in, what do you mean by going out of line?
They're abusing the
Yeah,
kids.
but then
They're
they're
child
all
labour.
like, faded. They can't do anything. But so, what do you mean by?
Yeah, they can still work on things, though. They don't know what they're
We have to
doing.
build the toys for midwinter. We have to make them ready so that she can find more children, so that she can send them through thither.
Oh my God, she gets the kids with the toys. That's crazy.
This time of the year.
His eyes are starting to fade again, by the way.
I give them more candy.
Oh
Just
my
keep on
God.
sucking on it.
No,
Right,
no.
no candy.
I stop
You're
Sarah.
wasting the candy.
You're wasting the
I want
candy.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I want to
I bump me up.
I want to go for a stealth attack on these little clock guys.
These tin men, yeah, you're going to do it?
Yeah.
All right, so you sneak into the room, keeping low, trying to stay under the workbenches where the kids are working. Yark, make for me a stealth check.
Oh, that's a critical.
Oh, it's a big one.
All right, Yark, you all watch as Yark sort of slides under them.
That's right.
And then with that level, actually, you're able to quickly get to the far end of the workshop and get to the back benches, past them, and get behind the two tin men as you make a signal to the others. And you look to your left and right, and you realize that you've made it all the way through the workshop. There's a door leading to the back. But there's another thing here, which is that just below a shelf that has a number of what looks like clockwork frogs on it, there is also a stove, and the stove has a pot that is full of molten tin that is just bubbling there, that they obviously use to make little cast metal toys.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm behind them now.
Completely behind them, standing, by the stove at the back of the room.
What are the so the tin men are made out of metal, right? I want to see.
Yeah, they're made out. It looks like they're made out of tin.
Can I use that pot to throw it on them to try and like melt the tin?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to,
let's do that.
make for me a dexterity check.
I'm gonna throw the tin on them.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh my
critical!
God,
That's
critical. Oh
Serious?
my God, 2 criticals. Oh my God.
Sharing today, boys.
Yark signals to all of you to be still, and then with one hand turns, grabs the pot on the side, just off the stove, and then there's a glittering sort of arc of silver flash as this burning hot tin melts over the two of them. They spin around and try and turn, but the molten tin is already starting to freeze up in all of their joints and moments of articulation as they turn. trying to claw towards Yark, and then they both fall down, completely encased in tin on the ground as Yark looks
Damn.
and signals for you all to come in.
You can do that.
That was cool.
That's the coolest thing I've seen all day.
Don't worry.
A sing-
I saw your
A single tear. falls on my face. Single tear.
Great, you make your way into the room. The children are all sort of working at their desks, and you can see now that beyond the workshop, there seems to be rows of different places where they make toys. You can see another big, what looks like a space beyond it, though you'd have to get closer to see what it is. And other than that, there are toys all over the room. There's strange automatons, like I said, clockwork toads. There are sailboats, all kind of hard wooden and metal toys are being made here. Little toy soldiers. That kind of stuff.
Can I investigate the room if there's any like keys or
Yep.
any like?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Got a 7
Okay.
with +3.
Yep, your eyes are drawn to a particularly cool looking sailboat, which you can have if you want.
Can I go to like the what looks like the oldest child or whatever and
Yep.
just give it candy?
Yep. You walk up to what looks like one of the older children. Hello then. Where are you? What am I? Oh no, I'm still here, aren't I? We're in thither.
Yes.
You got to get me out.
Yes, I will do that. We don't have much time. You need to help me figure out what's happening here and how to take her down. And
Mistress Nightshade, she at this time she'd be up in the grand house upstairs. It's where she sleeps.
I was getting to free the kids. Let's free him and let's run.
oh yeah, how do we free you? How do we free you?
No one here can be free. Not while Mistress Nightshade still lives. They'll come back here. Their eyes will cloud and they'll return.
Damn, we gotta kill her.
Does she have any weaknesses? Anything you've noticed?
If she has a weakness, it would be anything that would be she would have in her library. That's where she writes her letters to her sisters. You see.
My brain.
Take us to the library.
Yes, of course. Let me just. And as he's saying that, his eyes are starting to fade milky.
Here's some candy. Okay.
You try to, but this time it's like you try to put his eyes are already filling, and as you try to even put candy in his mouth, he's just sort of slack jawed, drooling.
All right, next child. Here's some candy.
Running out of how much candy do we have?
My name's Tabitha Pencils. What's yours?
Alright, take us to the library.
What library?
Oh, god damn it.
Next child.
Are there maps or anything? Is there like a map?
Well, the children will know. Let me do this.
Oh,
Okay.
that's just not why that's it.
Listen, I've
That's
only
really
just started
cool.
giving my candy. You gave it all to that
I'm
first
looking at a
kid.
toy.
I love
I'm only up to a
sailboats.
third apiece.
Eventually, you find a little kid called Mishka, a little Moravian kid, and before she fades away, she's able to very quickly draw for you. She's sort of with it quickly enough that you can explain what's going on. She draws you a crude map of Loom Lurch, and she gives it to you. And she's like, "Please, promise me you won't leave. You have to help us get home." And then her eyes fade again.
Snatch it from her and I'm like, alright. Because, she doesn't know. And, we see how to go to the library.
So
and
the
I
library-
say to everyone, let's go.
Library is apparently further to the west, just beyond what's called the sewing room. There is a little annex called the library.
Let's head in
And
that
it's all on the
direction.
first floor, and you can see now that the second floor on the towers, there are 3 towers, which is, there's one which is called Central Command, and then there's a picture of a little mustached face, which you draw on it quickly, which matches the tin soldiers, and then there's another one that says the Grand House.
Okay, so we could go straight to her.
We
Or
gotta
you
go
to the
library first.
Yeah?
Library
Okay.
first.
Library.
I'm surprised you agree with this. I thought you just want to swing at her. This is
I'm
yours.
angry.
This is you've changed ever since.
I'm getting
the
angry.
I
story
the
is
tea.
changed.
Now,
Oh, you're just walking
I'm
with the
just
tea.
holding the tea, and I'm just like, what? That's
we gotta save these kids, man.
Okay, great. I will also, as you're walking through, I will say anyone who can do magic, Serenade and Janny, make Arcana checks for me, because you're just crossing through the western doorway.
I think it's a 4, yeah.
It's a 7.
Never mind.
God
So
damn, I
good.
always go for
Never
7.
mind. All right, so
There's a lot
the,
Plus
happening,
2.
okay? It's hard to notice everything.
It's a 9. Does that pass?
it's not. I'd say it doesn't matter. Okay, you make your way into what looks like a giant room that has looms and spinning jennies, and there's piles of kind of old fabric everywhere, and half-made dolls are all over the room, and they're at tables, and at the back of the room is the doorway, presumably to the library, and sitting in front of it is a rug, and on top of that rug is a stool, and sitting on that stool with its back to you is another little completed doll, the only doll in the room, which is giving you kind of evil vibes as you sort of creep into the room. Otherwise, it seems empty.
Wants to grab the doll.
I don't like magic, man. I'm scared of that doll, man.
I grab something like just near me and I just toss it to see if it moves. Like
You throw it at the dexterity check to throw it at the door?
not at the door, but just
Oh, okay.
to see if like it reacts.
No, okay,
to
you
something.
grab. No, you don't need to roll. Then you grab something and you throw it.
Yeah.
Nothing happens as it clatters to the ground.
Okay.
The doll doesn't clatter to the ground.
No, because you weren't throwing it. At
He
the
just
door.
throws it, doesn't react.
Yeah.
Just
I
sits
just
there.
wanted to see if because of movement.
All right, Serena, you going first?
Oh, no. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like I just wanted to see.
What room are we in?
You're in the sewing room. So to
Okay,
the
so
west
I'm
is the
into-
library, and then
Okay.
further on is a hallway that leads to the grand old house if you want to.
So I'm looking for the door to the library. I'm just going towards.
All right, so
it.
Janny walks forward.
I don't even see this.
Yep. So no. Yep. Great. So you head forward, and you're almost there when you suddenly feel a little tug at your.
Not the
Oh,
ankles.
At
not
your
the
ankle.
Oh, I hate
It's
it
an
when it's
ankle
the
tag.
ankles.
And you look down and you see a strange creature, half the size of a goblin, that seems almost melting like it's made out of tar or oil,
Oh
Oh.
no.
as it's pulling at your at your leg. And there's another little one. They're these tiny little oil children, and it looks up at you, and then one of them from inside sort of its oily stomach almost, it pulls out towards you a wrapped present and holds it up towards you.
A wrapped present.
Jesus, you gonna take that present?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You gonna take that, man?
Yeah, so I open up the little present.
As soon as you pick it up, you realize that there's a crank on the side. It's a
Don't crank that.
Oh.
That's spooky as. Oh no! I'm like this. I'm like, oh.
ding ding ding
Oh,
ding
shit.
ding ding
Oh,
ding
yeah.
ding 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 ding. You press it, and then suddenly it pops, and there's a spring as it pops open in your face, and there's a little puff of confetti, and inside it is what looks like a pair of gloves that are sitting there.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Alright, I pick up the gloves and I'm not even gonna investigate them. I'm gonna
What?
put them on.
All right.
Oh,
Oh jeez.
Those are gloves of thievery, so they're useful
my
for
thing.
Give him him.
they're useful for picking locks, for picking pockets, for doing things.
It's kind of my
Why are these kids giving gifts?
The creatures look at you, and then they sort of start, as you walk further on, they start trundling behind you as you realise they're following you.
Out of anger, can I use my tinderbox to try and light the oily things on fire?
Good thinking.
Yeah, if you want
I'm
to.
annoyed that I didn't get the gloves.
You're being upstaged.
I'm defending
So,
these guys.
no, I'll pull out my tinderbox and I'm about to like strike a light and
You can
try
let
and
it-
ignite it.
Well, I want to build like a magic wall of like, defense because these are really
We're
cute.
initiating a fight.
I'm with
What
you.
if we want?
They might be kids covered in oil.
Yeah, I think they're kids.
Well, there's
coming
only one
out.
way to find out.
That is
Light
true.
them on fire.
By their
I am
screams.
putting a shield around them because I see death in his eyes.
I don't think you, unfortunately, Armor of Agathis, your shield spell only works on you. So,
Ooh.
Cray, what's Cray? Yark.
Yuck.
Oh,
The name is
same.
confusing. The name is so confusing. Yark, can you quickly roll for me as you lunge forward to your dexterity?
You really doing this? You're gonna kill some kids with some fire?
You just saw the clouded eyes.
I roll 10 plus 5, 15.
Oh,
All right, they suddenly
jeez.
burst into flame, and panicking, they run, knocking over bolts of cloth on the wall. They run backwards into the
my
workshop, but
goodness.
one of them, as it does, trips over and falls into a huge pile of cloth and calico,
Oh,
which
God.
bursts into flames as the room
I've started.
starts to burn.
You started a fire. Can I kill the kids?
What the
Which
kids?
kids?
What the
Which kids
do?
you want to
I get my
It kills
greatsword
a
out.
random kid.
I get my greatsword out,
Yeah.
and like a badass,
Put them
I
out of
run.
their misery.
Yeah, I run in and I dash in, and I want to just chop their heads off. Like,
Oh my god.
The
oil.
kids, be very clear with what you're saying. The kids or these little
You mean
monsters?
the oils, the
Oil.
oil thing.
Alright. Yeah, so you race.
I don't like it.
Yeah, make quickly an attack for me.
14.
Yep, Caskin decapitates
Oh
the,
my
the
God.
two little children in one stroke who fall down to the ground.
So
And
they were children.
no, they were boggles. They're
Okay.
evil fae monsters. That's fine.
They're evil.
See, I was right.
Typically evil. They sometimes
again.
they like people and they form attractions
You don't know.
They like-
You
They were
don't
evil,
know
they
whether
were
they
evil.
were
That
evil
confirms.
or not. No.
to beautiful people. But unfortunately, the room is now burning and you're in trouble because Lomelurch, you've set
Run to the library.
fire. So you,
Run to the library with a fire.
okay, you race through further into the building, the room that your escape strategy burning
alive
behind
again.
you, as you suddenly race into this room. And the first thing for a second you see as you sort of all come in is you think you see the figure of Scabatha Nightshade the Hag until you realize it's a huge life-size portrait of her. And she's sitting on an armchair in the portrait, staring directly at the door as you all skid to a halt. There's a window on both walls that seems to have a thread hanging out of it, and one of them is inscribed hither and the other is inscribed yon, and there's a writing desk and an armchair just to the side of the painting.
Can I close the door behind us to try and stop the smoke coming through from the fire?
You can, but it's not going to last for very long.
Can I, don't I have like an ice? Is the Eldritch Blast, is that ice spell? Or
No, that's a...
I think I lost the spell then.
Oh, it's a tree.
Oh, you used to have
We're
a-
in a tree.
We're in a tree. We're in a giant
You're in a
tree.
giant
Oh,
tree.
no.
You
Yeah.
set it on fire, man.
Oh, God.
I think
We better hurry.
I think I've forgotten the spell of the ice thing.
Oh, I know, you used to have Ray of Frost. Yeah, you can cast Ray of Frost still.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on that room and just kind of settle the situation.
You can do it on the door, and that will definitely slow it down.
Seal it off.
But
Slow it
Ray
down.
of Frost is not powerful enough to put out
Okay,
this
okay.
fire,
Alright,
unfortunately.
they get through the door.
This
Slow
fire
it
that
down,
was
like,
started for no good
We
reason.
gotta get out of here, bro.
Alright, then the door. Let's.
Okay, great. So you quickly do that as you look into the room. Are you investigating the room?
Yeah, can I investigate the portrait? Is there anything like behind it?
Oh, yeah. Make an investigation check for
Oh
me.
god, please. For
Please
my
hit
God.
heavy.
That was a good oh.
That was a good
Something useful.
Oh.
It's almost a 16, then rolls over to a 3. Plus what though? Plus 3? That's like 6.
It's
Come
the
on,
law.
man.
Random numbers don't work this way.
Damn.
You need to stop
Someone
investigating.
else do it.
I'll give you the.
You can do that. You can give the inspiration. That will be a reroll.
Do you want
Is
to
it
Oh,
worth it?
on that. On a
No,
painting? What
we
if
need it
it's...
for the boss
It
battle.
It might just be nothing.
Well, we want to see what's in the library to help defeat her, so this is good.
But what if it's just a painting?
Can anyone else investigate it, or I used it up?
No, I'm busy.
If you use the inspiration, then Fruity
I
can
believe
Fruity.
in
But
you to
Oh
roll
my
again.
god! Oh my god!
Oh.
Do not mess
Stand
this
up,
up.
stand
I'm gonna slap you.
Oh.
13
Okay.
plus 3, 16.
16, 16.
That's good.
16. All right.
It better be worth it.
Serenade walks up to the painting while all of you are quickly looking around the room, sort of ransacking the bookcases, seeing what you can find. And she looks at the frame, and then she very carefully takes her hands and she pushes at the picture, and it swivels. As you can see, what looks like a spiral staircase behind it,
Secret.
leading straight up.
Straight up.
That's where we want to go.
We gotta get away from fire. Heat rises.
Well, the whole thing's going on
If you're
fire.
ever in a burning skyscraper and you're in the fire escape,
Just
go
go up.
upstairs.
Go up.
So we're in the library. Right?
You are, yeah.
So can
So
I
you've just found a secret door.
Have we
leading-
found anything else cool?
Yeah,
in
There's the
there?
writing desk. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you've,
I'm at the
investigate that.
oh.
Oh yeah, you investigate that.
Me?
Yeah,
Investigate
you do.
right-
You're
you're the
very
writing
bright.
I'm rummaging.
yeah, cool. There's a bunch of letters that are written in Draconic script,
Oh, I read that.
which is
Read that.
crazy to
That's
me.
so good.
But Kaskin, for some reason, as a junior fighter, has studied the language of dragons, which is also like the language of old magic. And
My
so,
dad spoke it.
yeah. So, and so this is a letter, and it says, my darling Scabatha, it has been too long. You must visit me once again by my orrery in Yon. I trust that you are well and that your sickness has not progressed too far. Remember, there are worse things in the world than forgetting the first thing you see each morning. Your darling sister, Enderlin.
Man, I picked that up.
Yeah, great. Okay, so you
I'm
take
stuffing
that.
it.
Wait, was she writing a letter to her sister, or one was?
It's come from her sister,
Oh, from her sister.
Enderlin.
Her sister's sick. We can use that.
No, her
against
sister's saying she's sick,
Oh, she's sick.
and she says that there are worse
Worse
things
things than
than forgetting the first thing you see each morning.
what's the first thing she sees? The sun.
Wait, can I? Because you said something about threads, right?
Yeah.
There was like, which directions did it go? It was like one, like there was 2 threads, and you said yon and
Yes, one went to a place called Hither,
Yeah.
and one went to a place called Yon. You've been told that this place is called Thither.
She mentioned you on. What's that mean?
maybe we look at the direction. But you didn't tell us that, so we don't know.
I tell him. I say, man, this is from my sister, and she speaks Draconic, and low-key I speak it too.
Can we follow the thread that you said? Where
We should
it's
go
gone?
down in the secret latch.
You can if you want to, but it looks like it's a gossamer thread that seems to just hang out over darkness and go for miles. So you could certainly grab it and try and walk along it, but it would be like going over cliffs. Like it seems to go so high.
Thought I had something there.
I reckon we go into the painting.
You want to go up the secret stairs?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to lead to her. I think it's going to lead to something else.
But
Cause
is there anything else like that we can investigate in the library? Because the child said her weakness is in the library.
I mean, we
I
got
found it.
that, and we got
Or
the thing.
something
So,
like
But yeah, we got to find out what it is.
I mean, that's the
Or
thing.
we can just go up. Maybe this.
She forgets
Maybe it's
things.
up. Maybe the secret's up there. We're having this
The
conversation.
secret
Yeah,
is that She forgets things, isn't that the thing?
Yeah, she's forgetful.
Yeah, let's use that against
Are
her.
there any like photos of images of like what her sister looks like?
There are other portraits on the walls. Yeah. That's clever. So you look and you see that there is one portrait that seems to be of 3 women. One that looks like Scabatha but a little bit younger, and there are 2 other women as well. And one of them is much younger, who seems to be wearing a kind of weird clockwork dress that almost looks like a theater with a curtain in front of it and a long veil. And then another bloated frog-like woman squatting on the ground with this huge, powerful sort of hips. This big, bloated, fat woman.
She got that hourglass going.
That's right. I like the frog shape.
There's some classic body shapes going on, and they're all
Yeah.
very different.
We should take that.
Do either of you have shape-shifting spells? Which you could like pretend to be the sister and go up?
I don't, but I speak Draconic.
That's-
So maybe like later.
Change your appearance. You guys pretend.
I have minor illusion.
Yes, you do have minor illusion. That's right. Yeah.
But then would that work?
Yeah, so do I. I didn't think it was
okay.
Well, let's use that. And
But it's
you,
not on ourselves. I think it's like a
It would be. It's about 10 feet. So if you could find an outfit that wore it, minor illusion would help augment it. For example.
and I can speak over you in Draconic.
Okay, cool.
What would you?
That's clear.
Yeah, because she speaks
The
Draconic.
fire at the door is getting worse.
Wait, Baskin, we're gonna go up there.
Just
We're
go
gonna,
up.
I'll speak to her.
you're gonna convince her that she knows who we are, and then
Her lover. I'll be a lover.
Yes.
I've been doing that.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know. Her sister sent me.
Yes.
Her sister sent me.
Nice. Well
Blind
done.
date.
Yes, blind date.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Going up the stairs.
Yeah, we're going up the
All right,
stairs.
you all head up the stairs, and the smell of fire is getting worse and worse. And it's rotten wood. So the smell is also starting to make you feel dizzy. It's like the mushrooms on the side of it are bursting. Your vertigo is just going off the charts as you get higher and higher. And you finally, the stairs resolve themselves into what looks like a child's bedroom. And not just a child, but like a child that loves unicorns and princesses, and it's a very pink 4-poster bed. All the furniture is pink and cloying and childlike. The room sort of smells very sickly sweet. There's a rocking horse, there's a pink 4-poster bed, and then there's a big wardrobe, and to the side of it there's a table, and on the table is a giant dollhouse. And the room seems to be empty, although all of you have a big strong sense of unease.
I push Serenade in. Like this, ever so lightly, saying that you go first.
And I
And-
look back.
I want to get my sword out as well at the ready. Because I feel very uneasy.
Can I investigate the dollhouse?
Yep, you can.
Do I?
You can make an investigation check, yeah.
Oh God! Please make it a good one. Please not a 3. It's an 8. Plus 3.
Yep. An
Nice.
8 out of 20 is not great.
Come on, man.
No, okay, you look at it. There doesn't seem to be... The doors are painted on the side of it. You can't quite see anything, but it looks strange. And as a Asimar, your magical sort of senses are tingling. That this
It's
is...
tingling, guys. It's tingling.
It's powerful magic, and the magic is centered around the doll's house, which you can also make an Arcana check if you want,
I
Jenny.
will do that. Yeah, 13.
13.
3.
You feel a strong sense of abjuration magic emanating from it, and you also feel that there's a sort of thread, a ley line of that power that is connecting towards the skirting board by the side of the bed, and you walk following just the line of magic that you can sense, and you see the size of a mouse underneath the bed. There is what looks like a tiny door with a little handle, about, the
A
size,
tiny little mouse door.
an actual door that almost feels like a mouse on its hind legs could walk through.
Oh, it's just a tiny little door.
Tiny little door.
Tiny.
Man.
Let's open it.
I'm
The
flabbergasted.
power of fantasy.
Caskin is flabbergasted. I've never
You're
seen
telling
no-
me this door is how big?
Yeah, I got no idea what I said. Yeah, I'm like this. I'm like, it's that big.
Tiny.
You want to go over and have a look at it?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, but I hate magic. I'm gonna.
Actually, you're good at opening.
I'm not that small.
I'm gonna.
You have
Yes.
tools.
Can I come up and like, with like the edge of my blade?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like, pop the door a bit. Like I'm testing it. I'm a little scared.
Caskin walks past Janny and starts heading towards the door. And as you do, something very strange happens. It's longer than you think it should take to walk as you walk. And as you do, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you walk up to the door, and suddenly it's the same size as you.
When I turn around and look back, what do I see at the door?
You see Janny's foot.
I say, what in tarnation?
He's tiny.
Man, I yell out, run towards the door.
And they all look at you and they walk towards, but it seems it's a one-person trick because
Shit.
they're still the same size, and you're now.
Is there
tiny.
anything I noticed about this door in front of me?
Yeah, it looks like the doors that are inside the rest of the house. It's not locked, and it has a knocker on it as well.
He's inside. Knock on it.
I knock on the door.
You all hear the tiniest little knock, knock, knock sound as Caskin, you sound the knocker, and the door clicks and then opens, and you can hear distantly the sound of ticking coming from inside.
Shit, it's the
Oh.
old. It's,
But you'll be small.
I'm.
Go,
I'll charm her. I'll charm
go
her.
forward.
Can I like ever so slightly open it up and like see what I can see in there?
Yep, you can see a long corridor leading to a staircase, a grand staircase.
I'm gonna walk in.
Wait.
As soon as you take 2 steps, the door clicks shut behind you,
Oh.
and all of you hear a loud click, but it's not coming from the skirting board; it's coming from the dollhouse, as if you just heard the door to the dollhouse close.
I'm in the dollhouse.
Oh.
I'm in the
Can
dollhouse.
we see him in the
You
doll
hear a
house?
tiny Gaskin voice shout from the dollhouse.
I'm in the dollhouse. I'm in the dollhouse.
Oh,
Like when I'm waving, and I'm like, oh my god, yes, whoa.
You can't see him; you can only hear him.
I can only hear. Okay.
Keep going.
Do I?
You're
Yeah, I
there.
mean, I'm just gonna walk towards the grand staircase now.
You're heading towards the sound of the ticking.
Yeah, pretty much as far as till I notice something or
So
something.
you head up the stairs. The entire room is just full of what's obviously giant-sized toy furniture, not real, all single pieces of wood, but made huge, like life-size. As you walk up the stairs, slowly towards the sound of the ticking, the steps creaking under your feet, and eventually on the second floor, you see a doorway with no door that's been cut in, and a garishly pink-painted room with a 4-poster bed inside, a table with a dollhouse on it and a rocking chair, and lying on the bed is the figure of the old lady snoring on her back, and ticking serenely on her back is a giant brass key.
Gotta get this key.
Get that key.
But I'm useless at this. I'm brute
He's
force.
trying stealth.
got
What's
it.
your stealth?
Do I try to?
Yeah, try to sneak up on her.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak up on her.
Okay, great. Well, make for me a
You got
stealth
+2 stealth.
check.
A little bit.
You got this.
Do you want to take your armor off before you go?
18.
No, doesn't need.
Okay, doesn't matter.
+2, so it's
Even
like-
in your armor, you sneak forward towards her until you're standing over her at the bed as she snores, and she shifts suddenly. She's on her back, so you can't see her face, but she shifts suddenly, and so it's impossible to tell without seeing her eyes if she's just woken up or if she just had a moment in her sleep, and you pause. But you are now directly above her.
Oh,
And at that moment, while the rest of you are all gathered around the dollhouse, you feel a little tug, Jenny, on your skirt.
Okay, what is it?
You look down and there's 2 more of these little oily creatures.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, not the little one.
And one of them pulls out a blue, this time, present, and holds it towards you.
I'm opening it. Let's go.
Shit.
Round 2.
We killed their friends.
Okay.
Better than that.
Janny takes the music box and starts to play it. Meanwhile, upstairs, Caskin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna like this key on her back.
Mhm.
This thing on her back.
Yeah.
Does it look detachable? Like could
It looks like a toy soldier a wind up one would have a key in its back. It looks like that, but for her.
But for her,
Like
Wind her up.
so it's like I can touch it and wind it almost. It feels like.
yeah, probably.
Is there anything else in the room that I noticed? Can I just quickly like?
It's a rocking chair. There's
Rocking
the as I said, there's another dollhouse on the table. All of these are the quality of them is very rough because
They're like toys.
they're toys made big.
What should I do? Do I kill her? Do I raise my greatsword up and slash it down on her head, or do I?
She's like a witch. I don't think it's gonna work. She's probably got
Yeah, I feel like
something.
she's got a spell on her or something. Damn.
Something's-
What would Cascan do? I'm gonna say.
Well, we know what Cascan would do.
I'm gonna say hey.
Don't you say hey after you just stealth
no.
walk up to her.
You gonna say loud enough to wake her up?
I walk back over.
Don't think too much, Cray. What would Cascan do?
I walk back over the walking chair, like the rocking chair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in it.
Yep, you reverse. Sit
I'm
on
gonna-
reverse.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna. I kind of like set up a little bit. I look handsome.
Yeah.
I take off my mask for the first time. Boom, like that. And I say, hey. And I say it loud enough for her to wake up.
She stirs, turns on her side athletically, and she looks at you, and as her eyes focus, she's like, "What are you doing in my bedchamber, young man?"
I'm going to change to speaking in Draconic.
Okay.
I'm going to say, your sister sent me, and she worries about your health.
Make a deception check.
Come on!
As you say that, by the way, suddenly you hear the sound of a music box playing out loudly. If she's heard it, she hasn't said anything yet.
18.
Endelyn sent you to my court in thither? You must be a very important young man.
I say, do I not look important? And I kind of like shine like she can see my really amazing spear, stuff like that. She can see all my weapons, all of this. And I say, if I wasn't important, how would I have gotten into your chambers?
She gets up and walks slowly towards you. The ticking is starting to get faster on the back of her, on her back on the key, and she says, "Endelyn sends me so many gifts. Such an attentive sister, but never one quite so pretty."
Oh, yes, this is it. I've got to do this for the team. Understand that. Understand that. I say, if I would have known her sister was this beautiful, I would have come a lot sooner.
She's so close to you now that she walks right into space and touches your face with her very old hand, which is just covered in these, lattice of rings and sort of strange silk. And
Sandpaper.
the smell, it's like sandpaper on your cheek, and the smell of like formaldehyde mixed with candy is incredibly strong, and you're sort of trying to sort of keep it down because it's quite distressing as she gets closer. And she's like, "Shit." I really don't want you to role play. Make me role play.
I'm going to have sex with this old lady, Dave.
This is the very limit of my dungeon master.
Dave, I'm going to have sex with the old candy lady. It's going down. I'm going to do it.
Meanwhile, downstairs, the box springs open and out suddenly bursts into your face what seems like a flash of green scales as you scream, Janny, and fall backwards as a young green dragon wormling races and scratches and bites at your face. Make quickly a dexterity save.
Damn, I know Draconic. I can speak to him too.
One.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. Janny screams, takes 8 points of damage, and falls backwards, throwing the box wildly, which hits Yuck, and she clatters back, staggering as the creature continues to attack her. And because you rolled a 1, you fall and stagger heavily back against the table with the dollhouse, which creaks, and then the dollhouse starts to tip off the side of the
Don't
woods.
let that tip! Don't let that
Can
tip!
I try and grab it? Like,
With your disadvantage, you can try if you want quickly to grab the dollhouse.
okay. Oh god. It's a 14.
Ooh.
Plus, can I plus anything? Can I plus anything?
It's you make your dexterity because it's initiative.
You got +2.
Plus,
It's
okay.
disadvantage.
Oh, wait.
Disadvantage, roll
You gotta
again.
roll again and get the lowest one.
Oh, you gotta roll again.
On this
Whatever
one.
the lowest one is, yeah.
2.
Oh!
No! You're ruining it.
Serenade dives forward, tries to grab it, but it smashes against the ground as the Drake goes crazily, and there's suddenly the entire beautiful old dollhouse smashes to pieces on the wall
You're
and the
stuck in
floor.
there.
There's a cloud of sawdust flies up. Everywhere's vision is obscured for a second until the figure of Caskin, naked, with
Oh,
his sword in one hand and a key in the other hand, yells out, "Run!"
Oh my god.
And with the Drake attacking you, the four of you race down the stair. Well, there's a window. There's a window at the top of the tower if you want.
Oh, can we quickly peek out the window to see how far up we
We
are?
can't
You-
go up down the stairs, can we? 'Cause there's
The
no
fire's
fire.
down.
Yeah. The fire's down there. I think you're gonna have to jump if you want.
Alright, we just don't look, we just jump then.
Okay, everybody, quickly make for me athletics or acrobatics, whichever is better.
Oh yes. 19
God, I hope I don't
and
get...
+2.
2 plus 2.
Oh,
You got 2 plus 2?
7.
If it's a good roll, keep it. No, roll again, roll again. Roll again. That doesn't, it wasn't on the board. That's how it's roll again.
Can I roll?
You can roll again.
Yes.
Oh.
What did you get? What did
I
you?
got a 7.
All right, and so the boys jump first, screaming, pushing the girls out of their way.
I look awesome, by the way.
You're naked.
Yeah, as I'm flying, I want to fly back and I want to do this as I'm flying.
As you both run out the building, scampering down the sides of it, which is now burning. Unfortunately, Serenade and Janny, you both take 4 and 5 hit points of damage.
Oh my god, you're nearly
Oh.
dead.
As you land heavily on the side, but luckily Kaskin and Yark are in enough control that they sort of grab you before you fall too far, and the four of you scamper down towards the building. You've got the key in your hands. You race down. You can hear a shrieking and screaming of an incredibly angry hag behind you, and you turn around as the building is starting. The fire is sort of conflagrating all over the tower, and it's suddenly the top of it bursts in broken bits of flaming wood as a figure on a flying rocking horse of Granny Nightshade emerges with a little green dragon flying around her head as she says, "Where is he? Where is he?" Swooping over the bunch of you
We were
as
getting
you
down
race
to the-
through
For real.
as
It
you
was
race
crazy.
through the woods.
See my little candy.
You can see Grimlock House just ahead of you if you want.
What's Grimlock House? Our
Yep.
place.
You've still got the key.
And I've got the key.
Yeah, it's
What is
putting
the
the
key?
key to the guy that we were talking, whatever he's, that thing.
Yeah, because the key's not going to unlock anything in Grimlock House.
Well, it's still being drawn power, so we still need to figure out that we still
It's
need to stop.
it was in her back. Don't forget, it was a big
Yeah,
part.
the key was in her
We
bag.
still have to, the whole point is to stop.
So what are my options? So I'm like down, like
The house is on fire. She's looking for you, and she, as she says that, she goes, "Cradle full, fly!" And her Drake zooms over the woods and is doing sweeps across the woods, clearly looking for the four of you.
and so my options are to either go back into her house or go back to Grimlock, kind of thing.
Yeah, or run into the woods and make a life for yourself there, I suppose.
We gotta go back to the shining light thing and see what he thinks to do.
What's a shining light?
So
thing?
Janny's-
At the very beginning of the house, you know.
Her familiar.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the-
face!
Yeah.
The face!
The face you spat at
Yeah, I spat at him.
before
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we
Straight
should
up
do.
big
That's what we should do. We
Okay.
gotta go.
You race over into the house. It's looking very, very broken. It's like it's falling apart as you race downstairs in the study to the circular room with the key, and the light is flickering as it says, "Mistress, welcome back to Grimlock House. It has been an honor to serve you." And the light is about to
I hold
fade
up
out.
the key.
Yeah, go.
I hold up the key like this.
Caskin runs forward to the light. Yep.
Yeah, and I hold up the key like this, and I kind of like look at Janny.
All right.
Yes, take this. Would this help?
The witch's hagstone. Bring it here. Bring it to the circle. There's not much time.
Okay. Yeah.
And Janny very carefully takes the key and she holds it into the light. And for a second, the light is flickering and flickering, and it till it goes out and the room is dark. And then there's a whoosh, and the light comes back at full force as the house hums and starts to stitch itself together as you suddenly feel a shake and an apparition, and everything seems to shake as the building stitches together, and you suddenly get the sense that you're flying between worlds, sort of zooming across. You can look out at the ruin of what was once Yark's room, and you can see nothing but stars and like the strange expanse of the border ethereal as you're racing through between worlds. And just as you're looking at the beauty of it, you suddenly see a figure fly past on a rocking horse as she's flying towards the house, and as it stitches itself together, she looks in and says, "I will remember you, Caskin." As the house stitches together.
Oh shit!
And on Midwinter's night, as the sleigh bells do ring, 4 adventurers make their way home to the Witchlight Carnival, enamored of new adventures, new sexual conquest, and it seems a potion of corrosion. Yeah, tune in for the next adventure of All in D&D.
Yes! That was sick. That was actually sick. Oh my god.
That was real good. Well done having sex with that hag.
Yeah. Was it good sex?
Roll it for me. Make a performance check.
A 3.
Oh,
It was terrible.
She was...
Performance plus 3.
There's a reason she was really angry.
Listen, she stung. she stung.
Oh, that was great fun. Thank you. Yeah, and if you're watching, if you liked what you saw, get yourself a D&D starter kit from wherever D&D stuff is sold.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Round of applause in the chat. Round of applause. A round of applause for Dave. He flew all the way down just for this, guys. So a round of applause.
Virgin tried to cancel the flight, but they couldn't stop it.
You said this.
Yeah.
There's D&D to happen, you know? You ain't cancelled.
Yeah.
No way.
Also, a shout out, by the way, to Loserfruit, who came from the hospital.
Oh, yeah, by the way. You want to tell them or no?
No, we never told them.
Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, it's alright. I went to the hospital. Guys, I broke my first bone.
She broke her toe.
Yay, I went to emergency.
Oh.
Yeah.
my goodness.
But it's all good. Can still drive, so still made it here. Let's go.
If I broke
What a
my toe,
trooper.
I'd just be
It's-
complaining the whole time.
Crazy. I would not make it to my Dungeons and Dragons game with a
No,
broken
mate.
bone.
It was important.
Are you in pain?
Important. Well, I mean, I only got 6 HP, so I'm gonna be.
Oh,
in
that's
Can I
fair.
heal? Can I heal her?
I didn't take a single point of damage.
Oh, you did
I have
it.
the most health.
I
of
don't
anyone.
think you didn't really, and yet you had that amazing moment, I guess, with the tin.
Yeah, no, I made up for
No,
it.
you rolled really well.
Mhm.
Like everything was just.
No, I performed really well on the night.
Yeah, we didn't perform that.
No.
we're
I
the
was in
magic
the
people,
negatives.
but we're never like doing anything really
I
that
just
cool.
kept it for 3.
We have potential, but we're
I
not
rolled a
getting it.
17 just then.
Sometimes the most important thing is to just stop
19.
Caskin killing a child. Like, don't forget Serenade stopped him hitting a child.
True.
Very
Some
true.
heroes don't wear capes, guys.
Man, I'd like to say, Dave, thank you for introducing us to Dungeons and Dragons 2. Thank you very much. Another round of applause for Dave. Like,
Oh,
really
cheers.
good stuff. Like, yeah, you made it.
Thank you
It's
so much.
a lot more enjoyable. Not that it wasn't, but in person.
Oh, it's so much
Yeah,
better.
very cool. Very
I was
fun.
before we started. I was saying like it's the lockdown is so fucking hard. all
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
And it's so nice to play this at a table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's way
And this is the
better.
first time we've ever done it face to face. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
super fun.
yeah.
And you can see other people's sort of like facial expressions and then work with it and everything. It's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We should just get like a studio and just overtake Critical Role. they don't got nothing.
Yeah, now's the time.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
we'll dress up every single time, and we'll get older with our characters. Be a whole long-winded thing.
Oh, until one of us really dies and then we can't come back.
Oh,
So-
poggers!
Jesus
What a
Christ.
plot line that'd be.
We still haven't had a death, but eventually, yeah. I'm gonna have
Probably.
What
up-
happens if you die in
I
D&D?
rip up your character sheet.
It's
my
Caskin would
God.
die.
Yeah, unless you can find like a powerful cleric that raises him. Yeah, I've
He's
I've
gone.
killed characters before, and I'll do it again.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
No,
I
I
almost-
feel like I've known these guys for 2 years. You know, I don't want to.
Oh,
It's just my
it's
old
No wonder
hero.
people get like connected with their character so much. Like Caskin
Yeah.
died, I'd almost cry.
Yeah, it's like,
It's
I don't
Caskin,
wanna be anyone
man.
else.
That actually does remind me that if we do play this again, for escaping from Granny Nightshade and returning, everybody levels up, so you're all level 5.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's
No, I
five.
really don't want to lose my character. almost died in the last one.
Yeah, you
I
can-
almost died again. Yeah. If there was any other battles, I would have probably.
That's so cool. What the hell?
Unless someone with a lot of HP would be defensive.
You got so much HP.
Well, he-
Yeah, I'm stealthy.
he's
Just
the
stay in
tank and he never
shadows.
fights.
I just snipe from the back.
There's no fight you haven't taken from like a stealth position.
Yeah, I
You've
always
never
go
been
stealth.
once been like.
It's always an advantage.
One day, a lot of you may die, but Yark will get
I will
away.
live on, and I will take the gloves back.
I'm not looking for. Oh, he wants those
I didn't
gloves.
steal them from you.
No, but I'll steal them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're rightfully mine.
Well, now I can steal things from you.
Oh my
okay?
god. Yeah, good. Gloves.
Cool. Should we call it there, or?
Yeah, I think we call it there. I mean, there's nothing else.
How
Townie.
did everyone enjoy it? You guys enjoy it?
Yeah, did you like it, chat? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I hope they
What was your
did.
favourite part? Was it when Baz killed innocent things that, well, he didn't know they were innocent or not? Or was it when Cray got laid again?
down.
Sorry,
I got
Cass-
laid again.
Got it down with the hag.
That was poggers.
Hey.
It's crazy that, like, as we're playing, I don't think I'm the most imaginative guy. But as we're going, like, I'm imagining, like, what's happening, you know? Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, you can
It's
kinda
really cool.
picture it. I know some people are very good at having like images in their mind. I'm not as much, but yeah, when we do this
Yeah.
versus a book, I think it's a bit more.
And for Dungeons and Dragons, we had
Bit more.
1.4k viewers.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
for D&D, like,
That's big. Yeah. Awesome.
I
Thanks
was
for watching.
expecting, like, maybe 600, like, 800 tonight. Like, 1,400, that's really cool.
Damn.
Thank you so much, guys.
That's crazy.
It's the outfits. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Critical Role don't wear costumes.
Chat,
We're taking critical role.
yes. Oh, man.
Costume.
Chat, would you watch again? Like, and can I ask as well, could you follow the story? Like, I hope, like, just to get some feedback. Like,
Yeah.
Or what else would you want us to add or change?
Want
Yeah.
more candles? We can arrange more candles.
Yeah, we only had one candle.
Darker room.
Yeah.
everyone's saying, yeah, they could follow it and, yeah, would watch again.
Yeah, cool.
The story is fantastic. Yep and yep, it was good.
I like how they said yes to candles because I like candles.
Who said yes to candles?
They all said yes.
They're all
I'll just
saying
yeah,
take all
they're
the
saying yes
yeses.
to the other.
I'll just take yes to everything.
Oh, they
Thanks,
said the
chat.
music was good. They liked it. They
Ooh.
liked the music.
Thanks, Daddy.
Nice.
Thanks, Daddy.
Daddy.
That was awesome. Damn. Lufu should seduce some people.
Oh, probably. I have
You
a lot of
should.
charisma. Maybe
You
that's
do.
my next thing. I would love to.
That's what I need. Because I always try to seduce these women, I got to up my charisma.
Yeah.
That's what I think I should get up.
Well, I
Like,
think if you're actually about to hit, you might. They'll look at that when you do your level up.
yeah. That'll be cool. That'll
Do
be
you just
so
keep
cool.
leveling up? Do you just like keep?
Yeah. So you go up to I think level 20 is the main game, and then there's like ascended campaigns, which are super powerful. But yeah, and so you'll keep learning new skills, your attributes go up, you learn new feats, you learn new spells.
And it gets
We just got raided as well by Viperous. You've just come into the nerdiest thing you ever could in your entire life. Hello, guys. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah. But sadly, we're ending. Viper, if you want to raid someone else, we're ending the stream,
No,
sadly.
we'll bring your people to the next people.
Yeah.
raid
We'll bounce
someone.
them off. We'll raid someone.
Raid
We'll raid
whoever's
someone.
going on right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
Let me
yeah.
actually see who's
Yeah,
on.
you're right. I want to hit on someone. I'm going to seduce someone.
This is
There's a reason I made myself young and hot. Like, I haven't used that much, have I?
I think you've seduced 3 people, Cray, but I think they're all been middle-aged women.
Yeah, they've all been
they're
middle-aged
They're
women.
old.
It's got to be from
They're
Mills.
not middle-aged. They're older
Actually,
women.
yeah,
They're very old. They're like old.
Yeah, no, there was one that was like the mother of a
Yeah.
child that we met or something.
Yeah, I think we were saying Caskin might have a kid.
Oh yeah, I'm a dad. I think if we get back, I impregnated that woman.
Oh, yeah.
That's
she
great.
was already older. Maybe not.
She already had a kid, so now we're gonna have.
You're gonna have a weird relationship with her.
Oh
kid.
man.
You're gonna be like her friend, the Caskin, the guy that comes over and tries to be the kid's dad.
We just have a filler episode of just Cray.
Oh my
Visiting
God.
All these kids.
So many. Oh man. Well, I guess that's where we call it.
Easy.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. Hope everyone had fun. We had fun dressing up, getting into it. Yeah.
I had a
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having me. That was super fun.
Yeah.
Thanks
No.
for carrying us with storyline.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you, Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you very much, guys.
Yay.
Cheers. Thank you for sponsoring us. Thank you very much.
Thanks for making it happen.
All right, let's call it. Goodbye, everyone. Bye
Bye.
now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.